All right, good morning, everybody. If you can hear me and if this sounds good audio-wise, hit that number 1, please. Again, if you can hear me and if it sounds okay from the audio perspective, if you could hit that number 1. Timbo, Hoover, Greg, good morning, Curtis, Johnny. Perfect. All right, well, very quickly, for any of you watching this in the archive, or I guess just for anybody that is here right now, Kyle, Nathan, Take Profit Trader, code Clay, their deal ends tomorrow for the 50% off and 0 activation fee. So Take Profit Trader is who I use, who I recommend, especially if you're a beginner, and even if you're experienced. I think they should be part of your empire building regardless. But yes, their deal, which is a genuine good deal, it's something that does not come around like every other week. 50% off. It does end tomorrow, and I do believe them that they when they say that it'll end tomorrow. So yeah, code Clay, all caps, gives you that deal and helps support the stream. So appreciate everybody that has used it and continues to use code Clay. Hey, Alex, Edwin, good to see you. All right, let's get this show officially on the road. Well, good morning, everybody. It is Monday, May 25th. The year is 2026. It is Memorial Day, and we will have, I don't know, right now looking kind of slow, looking like it's a holiday, but we'll see what happens with it. Market closes at 1 p.m. Eastern today, so keep that in mind. I don't know if your prop firm has any rules about holding beyond the close. Take Profit Trader used to have that rule. They changed it a few weeks ago. But I don't know, the prop firm you use, make sure to check your email because you do not want to lose an account because you break a rule, and you break the rule of, holding overnight because you forget that all of a sudden the market closes at 1 p.m. today. So just keep that in mind. Don't want to see anybody get an account cooked because of, oh, whoops, I didn't know that type of thing. Hey, good morning, chat. Jamie, morning. Which prop firm would you begin? Jacob, Take Profit Trader for beginners is who I recommend. I'll just bring that up real quick again. But just because of their very clean set of rules, very easy to understand. There's nothing wrong with these other prop firms, but just from a beginner standpoint, I think Take Profit Trader, very, very easy, clearer set of rules. So somebody that's just getting started in the prop firm space, again, beginner, I would definitely say Take Profit Trader. So good question there, and that is now as you get more experience and expand out, maybe you choose to by definition you're going to get more experience. You'll hear stuff. You'll just get for lack of better terms, you'll get more experience. And at that point, if you want to start to build out, trade multiple accounts across multiple prop firms, at that point, I can see it making sense with those other ones. Hey, yeah, happy Memorial Day to you, JJ. Eco, good morning. Jamie, morning. Got some baby back ribs, chicken and sausage. Sounds delicious. So this is one of these things where I never keep track. I think, though, the action will pick up at 9:30 a.m. Eastern, but I don't know. I need to start to keep a log because this is not the first holiday I've done. I think it's the first Memorial Day I've done on the stream and ever looked at since I've moved into trading a couple years ago. And I don't know why that would necessarily be the case. Maybe just out of routine. But I think at 9:30 a.m. is when the action will pick up a little bit more. I mean, the stock market's closed today. But for some reason, it seems like the futures market still kind of cares about when, that 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. So, hey, good morning, Philly. But, yeah. So, what are you guys' plans today, though? The builder is actually, so for context sake, we are currently building a home. And the builder is working over there today. I don't know if it's going to be a full day for him. But when we wrap this up, I don't know if I'm going to go the full amount of time or not. I guess we'll just see how the day unfolds. But if it is like paint drying and the chat is completely dead, and then yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna make it all the way to close. The goal is to make it to close because for me being in Central Time, it's noon. So I mean, I can go till noon. But like I said, we'll see what happens. But what are your guys' plans? Taking the kids. Oh, that's right. There's that new Star Wars movie, Guitar. All right, Guitar Guy. It's rainy here in East Tennessee. Stand back and watch. Probably a low volume phone. Yeah, I would not be surprised. But Jamie, at the same time, who knows? Who knows? Maybe Trump says something. There's so much deal going on, right now with there's a deal that's getting close to being made. No, it's actually far apart. I mean, I don't even know why, but like if you just, I've glanced at Twitter every now and then, and for every account that I thought was somewhat legit is saying one thing, another account that I always thought was somewhat legit is saying the exact opposite. So it is crazy right now trying to see what's actually going on. I suppose at the end of the day, the ultimate kind of news source, if you will, is just to watch oil. If oil continues to drop, then regardless of whatever the headlines are saying, you would think big money has some sort of inside track on what's actually going on. But yeah, so I guess my point is, yes, Jamie, you're not crazy at all to think that this could just be kind of a slower, low volume day because it is a holiday. But man, in this current, kind of news environment, who knows? Maybe this day is about to be the greatest day of the year. Not that I think that's going to happen, but I think it's although small, still a plausible possibility. I'm going to be sizing down today if I end up taking any trades. Yeah, Tyler, now that you say that, I haven't even had that thought process with that discussion with myself yet, but that's probably what I should be doing. Like, I'm on NQ right now because I do like NQs at the open. But as you say that, it's like, should I really be doing NQs on a day like today? Or should I just go to like, the MNQ and do, something where I can have a little bit more fun? I don't know. Yeah. I should probably have that discussion though, right? Because we have about 11 minutes before I'm going to be more interested in potentially taking a trade. I got my 50K eval up to... I think you got a typo in there. yeah, you definitely do. You mean 52. Cool, guitar guy. Yeah, you are close, but... Yeah, no need to, don't force anything. Got a nice hammer here forming on the 5-minute. I like how it's respecting this trend line here. Yeah, JSR, that seems like a plausible thing on a day like today. Hey, good morning, Kevin. So we'll see what happens. Keeping an eye. Was gold do anything really? I have not looked at gold at all until. Okay, not a whole lot. But yeah, we'll see how things play out. Again, I'm not expecting. That's okay. Typos happen. That was sort of a big typo. It's one thing if your typo takes place in like the penny column where instead of like 11 cents, it's 12 cents. But yeah, you only change up your number by like $20,000. That's okay though. That's okay. See, context matters in so many places. Like even when it comes to a typo, think about it. When you're typing out a number, depending on where that typo takes place within typing out that number, man, it can have a significantly bigger impact. Akoro, good morning. Trucking, good morning. Potato. Something like that. I was like, what prop firm let you get down that low? yeah, I know. Exactly, Shadow. For a second, I'm like, oh, really? That's quite the drawdown. There we go. That's better. There are no typos there. But yeah, Shadow, wouldn't that be kind of crazy? Like, oh, wait a second. Who are you? What is this prop firm? I did see a prop firm today just scrolling around Twitter. For the account was $4,500. $4,500 for an account. What are we talking about? And their reason behind it was lacking. Let me put it this way. I was not persuaded by their reasoning. Do I get 8 hours of sleep daily? No, probably not. Probably at least 6 for sure. I try to get 8. So if I join 3-month access, will I be able to join you? Well, the open, yes, the community, I do not do a live stream. I do post just alerts. You more usually it's with a picture. I have it annotated. So because a picture is worth 1,000 words. But yeah. So I mean, the people in the community, they're able to think, like they're able to look at a picture, which I hope all of you could do. Like you could look at a picture and be like, oh, okay, I see what Clay's saying. Like as I draw arrows. But no, it is not exactly a live stream because in all actuality, for a trader that can think for themselves, you don't need a live stream. If you're working with another trader should be able to send you a picture or, quite frankly, just say some words, and you should be able to like, oh, okay, I can take and run with that. Hey, you too. Thanks. Yeah, happy Memorial Day to you too. Another day. I'm down 640. Well, Shadow, you don't have to stress too much. Let's just look at a worst case. Worst case, you're out. I mean, at 100, you're out like 185. I don't know when you got the deal, but you're out like $100 at most. How do you handle real-time trading? You just gotta take base hits. Yes, trailing drawdown. If you are going for the big, grand slam triple, still possible, sure, but it becomes way more tricky. But if you just aim for base hits, again, I'm not saying it's necessarily easy per se, but it's way less tricky than if you're going for home runs. And the nice thing with take private traders, once you hit your your buffer, the trailing drawdown stops anyway. So you can go back to going for home runs if you want. But yeah, you got to just take base hits. Hey, Chris. Ramu, yes, Ramu, the discount or the 50% ends tomorrow at midnight. There we go, Shadow. You got time. Yeah, you got it exactly. When Nathan says you just have you got to have a tighter stop, stuff like that. So I don't know. I think there's like a weird effect because a lot of people, which I understand why in this age of social media, but like everybody's going through, every big gains, everybody wants to post about a 150-point trade and all this sort of stuff. And then it does just even naturally seem counterintuitive to be like, well, I don't want just, and I'm just making up this number. I don't want just 7 points on that trade. I want 70. But it's crazy. Like 7-point trades multiple times over and over again adds up surprisingly quickly. And there have been many here, maybe there's some here right now, that can attest, like, yeah, base hits, it didn't make sense to me, but upon doing it, I believe in it now. Some people are like, heck, that's the only thing I do know. I want to be a home run trader, and I'll just take base hits. So that's like a weird thing about the trailing drawdown. I think it helps open up people's eyes to the fact of just how much trailing base hits can add up. Yeah, it's right there. Even Chris, just like 100 base hits add up. They do. It doesn't seem. It's not intuitive though. It's counterintuitive. Hey, good morning, Andy. Trade with ELL. Good to see you. Yeah. Good morning, Unkillable. Wow, that's an intense name. Unkillable Soul Trading. Volume so low. It's almost like it's a holiday. We'll see if it picks up though. Hey, good morning, Brad. England is okay. Bank holiday in England today, huh? Well, here in America, Memorial Day. So we'll see how this goes, but yeah, I mean, if the chat box keeps up like we do right now, then I can foresee myself doing the full until close. I thought the market is closed today. Well, it's all about what market you're talking about. The stock market is indeed closed, but I am not trading the future, or I'm not trading the stock market. I'm trading the futures market, and the futures market is open today. Again, you've got to be specific. Are the markets open in the USA today? Well, it depends. The stock market is not open. The futures market is open. So when using TPT, let's say 50K, then do you go all micros or make 10? I'm not sure what you're asking. With Take Profit Trader, if you're using the 50K, you can do 60 minis or 60 micros if you want. That's a good point, Dan. Yeah, the supermarket is well, depends on the supermarket. Do people still call it that? That seems like a term my mom would use. Like, we got to get to the supermarket. It's like, you mean the grocery store? That's almost poll. That's almost like I want to set up a poll. Like, who still calls things a supermarket? That is true. Without defining, are the markets open? Yeah, you could technically be talking about a grocery store too. Get ready to go long. Huh? Why? You think you'll get lots of... no. I'm not planning on a whole lot of action. But as we were talking about just a while ago, given the environment, all it takes is one update, one news thing on the Iran deal or lack thereof, and it could become a very volatile day. Will open 9:30 be as volatile as... No, I don't think 9:30 is going to be as volatile. But if I remember right, past holidays, it does always seem to pick up a little bit at 9:30. But because I'm an idiot, I never keep records, so I can never remember. Like, what was the last holiday that we were here for? Was it Good Friday open? I think Good Friday maybe. But I don't even remember that. Did it pick up at 9? We're about to find out though. We got less than 1 minute. My great grandma called it trading, going to the grocery store. No, I was here, but I did some other thing before Thanksgiving. I think we're gonna pump huge. Why do you think that? And when? Oh, just wishful thinking. Okay, fair enough. So so probably you should have said, I hope we're gonna pump huge. Because isn't wishful thinking just like hoping? I don't know. I'm just asking. I don't know. I don't know if that's... Okay, it is 9:30. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I'm not crazy. Look, we got a little bit of... nothing huge, but it definitely got a little spicy here right at 9:30. Well, Haunted Doll, you should... why are you even bothering with the SPY? Just trade futures. It's so much better than the SPY. Especially, please don't tell me you're doing SPY options, because options is even worse. Why deal with theta if you don't have to? Oh boy. Yes, so we did get some more action. We got some more volume. But yes, this is it's almost like it's a holiday. You told what, Border Steve? Border Steve is about to go on a little vacation here, it looks like. Border Steve about to get an all expense paid vacation to the VIP room. Hey, good morning, Discipline. Good morning, Clay and Phil. Hey. That's true. I guess, is it still the weekend? That's yeah. I hope everyone is having a great weekend. I want to reply back and be like, it's Monday. But some people would call this a 3-day weekend, which is true. It is Memorial Day. All right, I'm going to try a long down here. Right, there we go. It's bounce from there, bounce from there, bounce from there, bounce from there. Let's see if we can get another bounce. So looking for a long at 38, 938 that is. No long 5-minute is bearish. The 5-minute does have a downtrend to it. So where are you going to get short at that enemy? That's fair enough. I hear what you're saying. I can see why you'd say the 5-minute is bearish. So where are you getting short at? And where's your stop at? And I'm going to cancel it out right now just because I don't want this thing to all of a sudden just dump. But if it comes down here and then acts like it's not going to dump, then I can I'll gladly look for the long at that point. That's right. All expense paid trip to the VIP room. You can be surrounded and it's like an all-inclusive resort. And at this resort, you'll find people that are not very situationally aware. Some of them are just having bad days. You know, you get a nice variety, but not too much variety. No, Haunted Doll. I'm not. Is that a serious question? Haunted Doll. No, that's like we're the dense den. They're like I don't. They're like a level above the dense den. But there you get to take classes on being situationally aware, right? Like put yourself like especially how to put yourself in other people's shoes, stuff like that. A skill most people have. I would say most people have that skill. Yeah, here early today because markets close at 1 p.m. Eastern. Ooh, okay, okay. Well, see, that's the thing. Had the right idea. It wanted to pull back and go up. But that's why broad statements are not good enough because my broad statement was correct. However, the minor details was incorrect, specifically my entry point. It just did not pull back enough for me to get filled. And the one guy that was saying to not get long, hopefully if he did get short, he's got a stop loss somewhere. Do you know where to find the volume on the bottom of your chart? I don't know. Isn't it just in the indicators here somewhere? Probably volume right there, I'd assume. The one question, would it? I mean, 30,000. To me, that does seem out of the realm of reason. We're not that far. I mean, on a day like today, where the y-axis. So think about today. Like a lot of days, you know what the distance between these two numbers is, bare minimum 10. Very volatile days that could be like 20, 30. Some days that's like this distance here is 50. Right now it's 5. The difference between these two numbers is 5. All right, I'm going to look for probably a long here as it pulls back from this breakout move a little bit. Trying to get long, long here. Okay, have an order to get long. Made the big push. We'll see if I can capture some more momentum. Ideally, this is not just some little fake move up where it's going to dump right back down. But at this point, looking like I was too slow anyways. Again. Hey, good morning, rookie. Morning, Jim. All right, this is we're up through the 50 on the 5-minute, but It is for all the U.S. soldiers that have died in combat and stuff like that. Veterans Day is for people that have served or are serving. Memorial Day is like a memorial, right? For those that have served but died. Okay, maybe a pullback here. Hey, good morning, Bola. Morning, Cheryl. You're well, yeah, usually I do minis at the open. Anyways. Clay, are you trading today? Well, I'm trying to trade. Well, that's depends on your definition of trading. If your definition of trading is have you made any trades, and no, I'm not trading. If your definition of is trying to make trades, then yes, I am trading today. Hey, Alex, if you have success on the 5 minute, stick with the 5 minute. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Armed Forces Day is for active duty. Okay. Yeah, Armed Forces, I'm not really familiar with that one. I would assume that's because nothing is even closed on that day. How is it trading on days like today? Well, I'm in the motion of trying to figure that out. I think you have me confused with somebody else. I have not done a video on this SpaceX IPO. I think he's asking if you're sitting in front of your computer. I'm not. I mean, I'm here. I'm looking at a chart. But to be fair to him, I don't know. Like maybe his definition is, like you first have to make a trade before you can be considered trading for the day. So under that definition, no, I am not trading for the day because I've not made any trades. But if the definition is, well, even if you're trying to trade but you have not been filled, then per that definition, yes, I am trading today. Hey, good morning, Frid. Despite what some claim about, oh, he just, no, I try to be as charitable as possible. So maybe, hence my question about how he defines it, so I can give him the most accurate answer. But per me, yes. My definition is if you are sitting in front of your computer, if you're actively submitting orders to the market, even if they're not getting filled, you are trading for the day. I mean, many traders are streaming. I wasn't sure. Gotcha. Okay. Yes. So yes, Joseph. I am trying to trade, but right now I've tried to buy 3 times now, and I can't. It's not pulling back enough. Waiting in cash is a position in trading. That's true, but I don't know if it's actually trading. I think the distinction, in my opinion, becomes, are you trying to trade or not? Like, if you're not even actively trying to put on any trades, you're probably not trading for the day. You're waiting in cash. That's true. But, like, to me, this distinction is, are you trying or not? Would now be a good time to short? Well, I mean, I don't know. What does your strategy say, Zonactra? Does your strategy say that whether it would be a good time to short right now? Like, yeah, I would say if you are trying to fish, you are fishing. If someone to say, no, you have to first catch a fish before you are officially fishing, I don't know. But if I'm sitting at a pond, no pole in the water, I'm not even trying to fish. So therefore, yes, I'm waiting for fish, true, but I'm not even because I'm not even trying. Most of the people don't have any strategy. Well, I know, enemy. That's why I'm asking questions in a very strategic way to try to get these people to understand if they're focused on the right things or not. I know, enemy. I know. I've been around. Would love to see it pull back here. 264. Yeah, right here. In fact, put out an order right there. Try to get long. What I'm thinking is, should we just be cruel to some people and gaslight them? Because, I mean, there's so many people that they don't check out. So, I don't know. In some senses, it's like deserved. I think I could justify this. But, like, the people that show up and they're like, what's wrong with the markets? Why is it so slow? And we just gaslight them. Like, I don't know, we come up with some crazy story about why the markets would be so slow. But we all do it in unison to gaslight them into thinking like the crazy event is why it's so low. I mean, just don't tell them that there's a market holiday. Like, but I don't know. That seems kind of mean. But at the same time, is it not warranted for that person not doing the most basic form of homework, aka checking the economic calendar? I don't know. I'm struggling. Hey, thanks. Glad you like the beard. I don't know if I'd say this is a resistance right here. To me, the resistances are more so up around this area. A lot of people should not be trading, but they still do. Yeah, well, that's what makes trading hard is a lot of people, myself included, when I first got started, is I thought I had it figured out. Therefore, why would I not be trading? Because I have it figured out, but I didn't actually have it figured out. So yes, I should not have been trading, but in my mind, because I'd made some money, I thought I should be trading. Oh, okay. See, goodness. All right, I'm about to just chase this thing. The 5-minute here just continues to go straight up. So now that I buy, I'm probably about to get cooked, but this is getting kind of stupid now. Okay, I don't want to totally chase. Let's see if it at least wants to pull back here. I mean, the 5-minute, if you look at that, is just one green candle after another. The pattern day trader rule change is, I mean, kind of irrelevant. Doesn't really do anything. Okay, I'm about to get filled here. And I just say that because in the category of day trading in this time and age, day trading futures through a prop firm by far makes the most sense. The invention of micro futures and then on top of that, prop firms, it just makes it such a no-brainer decision. Like futures just move so much better than stocks, which is why micro futures was important. Because to a beginner, I could never imagine telling a beginner to go trade NQ or futures. But now with the micro, sure, MNQs for a beginner, a thing of beauty. So yes, I mean, okay, you don't need as much money to day trade stocks anymore, but why? Why day trade stocks? They're garbage. They move like molasses compared to futures. Well, Clay, but it also affects options market. Yeah, why day trade options? Why deal with theta? Like dealing with theta for something that doesn't even move as good as... All right, this is not... Okay, well, here's why. Here's why. If I bring over the 5-minute, this candle here is... no thanks. I'm not looking to buy right there. If it wants this candle, yeah, no thanks. I need to just be patient. I need to just be patient. Why not straight to funded account? Okay, Catmain, if you don't know my position on prop firms and why they're way better, I don't know what to tell you because you're not new here, so that just tells me that I don't know what to tell you. Like, I'm happy to engage with that sort of question if, like, you're clearly never been on the live stream, but Catmain, I know your name. You've been around for what, at least a month now, if not more? What are you talking? You know my reason on why prop firms are amazing. Specifically the risk control aspect. I get it. Yeah. Well then, okay. Well, have you been Bowl Up Peers? Have you been crushing it? Have you already gotten lots of payouts from them in the pro account? What about a straight to funded? Again, there is no way to skip a test. Now there is, but there's always a test. So the straight to funded, first off, you're paying way more. So you're still paying, you're paying more anyways. But even within that, you still have to meet certain buffers. You have to still do certain things. So there is still a test. Maybe there's less test, but that doesn't matter because you're paying more anyways. And like I said, there's still there's a test before you just can do anything right away anyways. No payout at all? I don't know. What country are you in? That seems like something's off then. Yeah, worthy gains. I'm not going to call you crazy at all. I hear what you're saying. Agreed, 8 cylinder. I do understand there are people where it feels like passing the eval is like impossible. I understand that. But there will also reach a state where it's like, okay, like it, prop firm trading move in phases. At one phase, it'll seem like passing the eval is impossible. Then it'll seem like getting to the payout buffer is impossible. But think about it. Now you're no longer even focused on passing evals. Like, okay, yeah, eval is no big deal. But eventually, you go in those phases. So yeah, agreed. But if you can't pass an eval, just paying way more money to straight to funded is not gonna. Let me put it this way: it's not gonna help you because it's not helping you. The problem with you not being able to pass the eval is not the eval stage; it's you as a trader. So sure, they'll let you bypass that by paying more, but again, the eval stage is not the problem. That's the point. What 8 cylinder is saying, to which I agree with. Yeah. Did you just answer what question you're in? The UK. Okay, maybe that, again, speculation, maybe that has something to do with it. But no, I've never heard of that before. Clay, I have a hot take. I promise I'm not a troll. Okay, well, if you have to preface something with I promise I'm not a troll, let's see. When did you even create your page? Let's see how this looks. Okay, 2024, fair enough. I mean, you're welcome to share your hot take. Whether or not I engage with it is another question. Haunted Doll, don't speak of that prop firm. Utter garbage. Yeah, good question. I'll back rookies. Yeah, so, okay, you only traded one day. What was your P&L? Did you crush it and make 10 grand? Thank you, Abel. You're right, it did. And I might try a short here. Seems like it should want to be pulling back here. Yeah, exactly. Straight to funded are intended for absolute beasts, where they're just like, and they can mathematically show that, you know what, time is money, and quite literally, here's the math. Me spending XYZ amount of time on a test account does not make sense. It literally makes sense to pay more because I can get quicker to the payouts, and you can see this all mathematically represented. Fully agree there, worthy gains. So I'm not against straight to funded. All I'm saying is, I can't pass an eval. It must be the evaluation stage that's a problem for me. Let me just skip it, pay more to go straight to funded. That's not who those accounts are for. The reason why you can't pass the eval stage is not because of the eval stage. NQ isn't real because most people who trade prop firms use NQ and 1% make it to payout. Okay. Well, that's. So I think if I'm trying to steelman your argument, you're saying day trading is hard, therefore day trading is not real. Is that what you're saying? Something is hard, and because this thing is hard, it is therefore not real. Is that ultimately what you're saying? I think he's trying to say people oversized. Yeah, I would agree with that, but he said something about not real. So like I said, I don't want to misrepresent what he's saying. Yeah, I mean, the people that are arguing 30,000 right now is serving as a magnet, I'm not going to push back against that. Maybe this thing is just going to slowly grind up there. Does it really push through 30 grand first try? I don't know about that. Maybe that's a short at like 29,999. I'm not sure it's going to push through 30 grand on the first try. Well, let me put it this way. I also think people just make up statistics. Where exactly is he getting this 1% from? I don't know. But again, we have to be fair to him. I'm not even sure I understand what his argument is when he says stuff is not real. And I also don't know what prop firms have to do with the NQ, because you could trade the NQ independent of prop firms. I don't know. Maybe I'm being too much of a, but I think this thing just wants to go to 30, so I'm in. I think 30 is going to act as a magnet. All right, so out there for just a basic little scalp. Yeah, I mean, personally, I have not had the same experience where the NQ does not respect levels. Um, yeah, I have not had that experience. Like, I'm not sure how you can say that NQ does not respect levels. Now, granted, to be fair, this is some hindsight trading here, but right here, I mean, in my mind, did it not respect this area as support? You know, give or take right around this general range. So this range, did it not respect this range as a support? So, I mean, right there, I don't really understand what you're saying. I'm open to the idea that in your experience, maybe it seems like for your strategy, NQ does not respect levels. It does its own thing. There are never any patterns. It's just pure random chaos. But again, to be fair, for maybe you and your strategy, whatever that strategy is, maybe that's how NQ comes across to you. But like, and I'm not trying to like, to be fair, but also to be fair, and I think you would agree with this, the world does not revolve around you. Just because that's your experience with NQ does not therefore mean that's everybody's experience with NQ. For me, like I said, I like NQ. I think it respects levels. Does it respect them perfectly? No, nothing respects anything perfectly. So yeah, it just sounds like at the end of the day, you have had a much different experience than myself and many others here with NQ. But no, you do not need 6 digits to trade NQ either. That's one of the beautiful things about a prop firm. I do agree with people. I mean, at this point, are you really saying that we're not going to go up 10 more points and at least tap 30,000? Like, come on. So I should probably be hopping in right now. That seems kind of like a gimme, but I don't know. Sometimes when things seem like a gimme, it's not. Again, I want to say I'm like looking at a free 7 points. If I get in at 93, like free 7 points, because it'll at least go up to 30. Whether or not it breaks it, I don't know at that point. But I don't know, man. Sometimes those gimmies. Yeah, again, I'm not refusing. Yes, NQ. That's why I like NQ. It is definitely volatile. It moves. But to say that it does not respect levels has not been my experience. Especially when I look even right here. Again, this is full hindsight on my part, but like these are the levels I have. I like the 21 EMA. So did it respect it perfectly there? No, but right there respected it on the back test. Look at that. Beautifully respected the 50 SMA on that back test. Right there, beautifully respected the 200 SMA on that back test. Very, very nicely respected this general area as support multiple times, like 10. So like I said, for me, I just don't see the statement. It does not respect levels. I don't see that. Break of structure. You mean break of a pattern? Hello? Why is this candle not moving? Oh, there we go. Yeah, that. Gotcha. You just want to sound smart, huh? Break of structure. Because I agree. Oh, it's breaking structure. Does sound way more intelligent than it's breaking its pattern. Breaking its pattern makes you sound like a kindergartner, right? Because that's like what you learn in kindergarten. Can you find the pattern? They're not real parties, props, pay traders. Oh, yeah, maybe so, Daredevil. Maybe that's what they mean. But agreed. I agree with your conclusion. Money all spends the same. Correct. That seems like a fair take, Daredevil, on what maybe they meant. My buys today is shorting at 3,005. Or do you mean 30,005? Is it a typo or are we talking ES? I don't even know what the ES is at right now. I know, Philly. I'm trying to be nice today on this Memorial Day. I wish I knew about prop firms prior to trading a personal account I lost money with. Fortunately, I've recovered. Yeah, exactly, Trader Bob. We need Morty likes. Oh, more like. Yeah, hit that like button if you're enjoying. Especially if you like these at the opening bell streams. Hit that like button. Oh, NQ. You think it's a short at 30.05? Maybe. Again, this is what I mean though. Like it doesn't respect levels. I don't know. It's doing a pretty interesting level of respecting the overnight high right here. I mean, NQ seems to be respecting it. Did you open the short? No. If I was to open any positions right now, there'd be numbers fluctuating down here. So I'm not open anything at this point. What do I think about the opening gap? I don't I don't put too much emphasis on gaps. I know some people love the gaps and gap and traps and gaps have to fill and this and that, and I'm not saying gaps are worthless. Don't get me wrong. I just don't think too much about it. So in terms of what do I think, I have no thoughts because I have not thought about it. Yeah, Daredevil. Agreed. Made $400 profit today. Don't really like the volume. Was hoping I'd have more. Mika Leo Duran. I'm sorry, I'm not pronouncing your first name the right way. Cool name. If it hits 30, you go in short. I mean, I'm thinking about it. That's really a question of do you think the price will break through its first try of 30K? That's really what it's a question of. Yeah, Philly. I do agree with that. It'd be nice to just clean up the dashboard. Not really. No, I'm not sure what you're saying. Not really, too. Gap trading is not the same as it. What did Danielle have something? That spike at that's what I mean. They're not wrong, but I mean this is why the market's all relative. Think about how a spike is being defined today. This spike at market open. Okay, yeah, look at this spike. Big volume, this spike. This spike moved exactly 40 up to 50. So this was a 10-point spike. Again, I'll concede it was a spike, but this is a perfect example of why in trading terms are always so subjective. Like a spike today is being considered 10-point moves. Think about that. Whoa, there's a spike just blasted 10 points. So you're not wrong relative to today, but like, I don't know. It's a little slower today. Again, Johnny, I mean, now you're arguing against things. I mean, we're actually in agreement. But that really has nothing to do with your point. Like your point is like NQ is apparently completely random, does not respect levels, just does its own thing at all times. Which I am conceding for you and your strategy. Maybe that is indeed the case. But I can say for myself and many others, no, we notice patterns. I mean, I don't recognize your name here, so I don't think you've been here that often. But like if you've been here, people have seen me play many patterns that have worked out just fine. Not all of them. So that's kind of the point of contention. But now you kind of shifted something to a ground that I'd agree with. Sure. So Johnny, what I always say here is a $500 green day with bad habits is way worse than a $500 red day with good habits. Why? Because this is all about habits. Habits over the long haul is what keeps you in the game, which I think is what you're saying right there. So sure, if somebody makes $1,000 green on NQ and it was just degenerate gambling, pure luck, bad habits, no, and within the bigger picture, that's actually not a good day because to your point, they're never going to be consistent with those sorts of habits. Agreed. You seem to be blaming NQ, though, on why they're never going to be consistent. I am saying, no, they're not going to be consistent because of their behaviors. It's not NQ's fault. It's their fault. So we are parting ways. You are blaming NQ. I am blaming the trader's habits. But again, that actually makes sense why you would blame NQ because from your experience, NQ is totally random. People just get lucky. There is no rhyme or reason to anything. So I understand why you would blame NQ. I have not had that experience. So that's why I would blame the trader and the trader's habits. Hey, thank you, Yaber. Hey, Baba. Sorry if I missed any of your messages. I'm not ignoring you. Okay. See what I mean? Like up here, you heard me saying it. Man, that looks like a free 7 points. But man, sometimes it's not as easy as what it seems. And that was not a free 7 points. The market is wild. I thought that was as close to a free 7 points as somebody could get. Nope. Hey, good morning, Snowman. All right, well, we're getting a pullback here, so I am once again getting interested in a potential long. I think some people are yeah. Well, again, I understand where Johnny's coming from because in his experience, if you look at through it his lens, his arguments make sense. And I don't even have a problem with his arguments because that's just his experience. That's why I keep saying we just have different experiences. Like many of us, a lot of you are looking like, what are you talking about, Johnny? NQ is not random, and for my strategy, it's not random. And he started this off saying it was a hot take, which is fine. I mean, I would just say the hot take is It's actually not that hot. If you understand his strategy does not go well with the NQ, well then, I mean, it all makes sense. It's not too spicy. So in other words, Johnny, hey, if your strategy meshes better with the ES or the YM, hey, you go trade the ES, you go trade the YM, shout out. More power to you, brother. Every time I place a short, I end up red. Okay, well, it sounds like Haunted Doll. The key for you now is every time you are about to click short, do it. So when you're about to do this, sell market, all you got to do is this. Boom, buy. And per your own words every time. So that means you have a 100% losing rate every time you hit sell. You are about to have a 100% win rate. Haunted Doll, you are about to become the greatest trader on the planet. That's all you got to do, Haunted Doll, right here. Okay. Sell nope. Boom. Then you win. And then if you don't mind, could you swing by here and let us know whenever you're going to, I guess, whenever you're going to get short. And that way we're all joining you and getting long, and then we'll all have a 100% win rate. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly. Just let us know, brother. Hey, Meech. All right, we are quite the pullback here. So I'm now considering potentially a long down here with the pullback. Hey, good morning, River Rocks. One account blown is closure. Yeah. Well, kind of. I hear what you're saying, Duran. Under the assumption, if you are learning, if you're just cooking accounts and you're just laughing about it and you've learned nothing from the experience, that would be a problem. Under that context, I would disagree with your comment. But under the context of, hey man, I cooked an account, but man, I learned X, Y, and Z. Perfect. Okay, looking for a long here. I am long. Looking for a bounce here off of the 200 SMA. Bounce here before. It's acting like maybe it wants to find some kind of support here. Everything is okay. Just one of the kids doing who knows what. I don't know if the mic picked up the... All right, I got to take this call real quick. All right, we are back. And thank you for all of you that had the kind words. It's nothing like he's fine. Well, you're not by definition fine if you're at the hospital, but it's nothing like he's on his deathbed or anything like that. Just finally, if anything, it was a good call because he's had some issues over the past few days and people are kind of confused. But long story short, they're getting things figured out and he could be going into surgery for, sounds like his gallbladder, potentially later today, but they got to do some other tests first. So, but yes, thank you. And for some of you, I swear, I don't know. I guess to be fair, on phone does not automatically mean the mic is muted, but I guess that was my fault for assuming people could connect basic dots. Why I thought some people could connect basic dots, I don't know. But yes, for the 99% of you that realize, oh, it says on phone and I can't hear him, he must have the mic on mute because he's on the phone. For those of you that connected those two dots, power to you. Good job. To the 1% that didn't, I don't know if trading is for you because you're going to need a little bit better logic than that. Well, as we just witnessed, Lauren, it is not common sense. People can't read screens. Again, yes, but like I said, I was trying to be fair. Like, I guess some people didn't connect the dots. Like, on phone, oh, I can't hear him. Maybe he has his mic muted. Like, I just thought people would do that. But some were just, yeah. And then Abel, I'm still debating on if I just ban Abel or not. I mean, just an absolute moron comment. Clay likes streaming more than business. AK, you think I'm putting streaming above my family. But you said that completely out of context. It's not that level. So, I don't know. For that implication, Abel, I don't know, man. I know you're even part of the private community, but I don't know, man. I might have just give you the boot because that is one of the more dented comments I've ever seen. Talk about running your mouth without full context. So you said that without even knowing what the call was about. Abel, you're not helping your cause here. But anyways, thank you for the kind words. It was nice to talk to my mom, talk to my dad. Got to pray with them a second, so that was good. But yeah, they've been giving him drugs. He's like, without the drugs right now, he's like 10. Scale of 1. And my dad's a tough guy. He's like, yeah, without the drugs right now, 10. He's like, right now I'm 6. He's like, but the drugs kind of put me in la la land. So I was like, so how, are you kind of in la la land right now when I'm talking to you? Or how rational are you? He's like, well, I'm all right now, but as soon as I'm done speaking with you, I talked to him with like 3 or 4 minutes because you could tell he's just exhausted. I'm like, I'm probably going to drift back off to la la land. But so overall, though, yes, for those of you that believe in higher powers, prayers are always welcome and appreciated. First time my eval using your code, of course, 50K sell days so far. Well, good job. Well, GSC, have you ever traded futures before? I'm not trying to rain on your parade, GSC. All I'm suggesting is tomorrow will be a little bit more intense than today. So just good job, but if you've traded futures before, then you are aware of this. So thank you, everybody. Thank you. I appreciate that. But yeah, my mom, if anything, so most of that was just my mom and talking with her. But like I said, as of now, there's only so much I can do. They are back in Ohio where I grew up. I am in Iowa. So, oh, really, Todd? Interesting. Okay. So yeah, I'm not a medical expert. Based on the fact that they are removing the gallbladder, clearly you can live without a gallbladder. I'd be lying right now if I tried to explain what a gallbladder even does. But Todd, appreciate that comment. I'll pass it along. I'll let him know, like, yeah, one of the guys had what you had, and he also said it was pain is indescribable. And you have not missed it. All right, well, that'll be good, Todd. I'm going to share that with him. Let him know that one of the people on... Now, to be fair, if Todd, I'd never met Todd, I probably wouldn't share that because there is the chance that Todd is just some like 12-year-old living in their mom's basement. But Todd is a trusted, Todd is a normal person who I trust. So, yeah, I'll pass that along to him that you have not missed not having a gallbladder. Thank you, Matt. Just have to eat. Well, good. My dad is, that might be a good thing for him then. All right, potentially a long down here. We are once again respecting this area. So to the person earlier that was like, NQ just doesn't respect levels, blah, blah. It's like, again, for that, I think Johnny was his name. For Johnny and his strategy, okay, fine. But like, it's respecting it once again. What are you trading? NQ. My wife had her gallbladder taken out. Doing good sense. Sure. All right. I'll pass that along. Really? She's still kicking at 93. Okay. No spicy food. Okay. So there will be some. Thank you, Lance. There are no stocks open right now, so... There's no stocks open right now, so NQ will respect levels a lot more since it's driven by futures, right? I don't know. I don't know. I have no empirical data on that correlation, so I'm not even going to try to weigh. I could see that maybe being the case. One of the worst pains I ever had, and yes, had it removed, but I regret having it. Been out for 10 years. Okay, well, I appreciate the, yeah. Yeah, my mom was freaking out, which I also don't like hearing. Like, yeah, they gave dad some fentanyl too. I'm like, fentanyl? Goodness. So if anything, I'm just like, man, don't get addicted. Don't. Yeah, anyways. But I guess you know the pain is pretty bad when they're breaking out the those sorts of things. How many times I've hooked an account? Okay, I can't answer that now just because maybe a trade. But yeah, that's a good question. That's a good question. Yeah. Because especially in the world of prop firms, cooking an account in my mind is not by any stretch the end of the world with the way I look at them. But great question. I don't want to miss this potential trade right here at the VWAP. Okay. Dude, remember? Man, we got like a free 7 points up here. I was like, wait a second. Things are rarely, there is nothing free in the market. Isn't that crazy? Joe. Matt. Joe is my dad's first name. Joe. Go short at 9:45. Okay, and where's your, if you're getting short at 9:45, Meech, where's your stop loss going to be? No, my dad doesn't trade. My dad just put money, well, I don't even know if it's I don't know what it is. I think he's got a little bit of a pension, but no, my parents just old school. Work, saved some of it. Now they have a financial advisor who I think does a good job for him. Seems like everyone got into prop firms in the last few years. Yeah. No, yes. 5 years ago, I know they were around, but like I admit, when my private community first started telling me about them 2 or 3 years ago, probably 3 years ago, because I've been in them now about a couple of years. So man, time flies. So probably like 4 years ago, they sounded super sketchy. And some of them are very sketchy, but like they're also now enough that have been around long enough and have paid and private community members. The one that still sticks out with me is Michelle, who was one of my mentorship students. And she always ribbed me. And I used to sell t-shirts for the Clay Trader community. So she had a Clay Trader t-shirt on over in, I can't remember, some European country. She's sipping wine and she's like, I'm all paid for with my imaginary prop firm profits, right? Because it all sounds weird. But that one always struck me like, dang, Michelle, good job. Over in, I don't remember what it was, like a 2-week European vacation, all paid for with prop firm profits that she'd had. And she was, it's on my social media somewhere. I'm on my Instagram, but this is a couple years ago. So don't go looking for it because it's going to take I guess if you really, really, really don't trust me, then there you go. Go look for it. But anyways. But yes, prop firms, like I said, at this point in time, when in the category of day trading, we are in the golden age. The invention of micro futures in combination with prop firms, it really makes it like such a no-brainer, mathematically backed up case of why you should day trade futures through a prop firm. Because before micros, as great as futures are and as great as they move, the thought of telling a beginner to the world of day trading to go trade NQ or like mini futures, whoo! But now with micros, oh man. How long do you think prop firms will be around for? I think they're here to stay. I think eventually there's going to be a balancing act where the firms, I think they're all eventually essentially become the same with maybe minor differences here or there. Because we're eventually going to find some sort of, I think, calculation that works across the board. Just like insurance companies. That's all prop firms are. Prop firms are insurance companies. The difference with the prop firm is that they have a way to turn a customer into actually an asset and not a liability. Maybe insurance companies do too, I guess in some forms, right? But like for a prop firm, a house catching on fire is burning down is when a trader like starts requiring all these payouts. Which is why you want to make sense from a prop firm like longevity business model. Do they have a live program? Because if they don't have a live program, they're either going to just cut you off and be like, see you later, kick you out, or they'll move you to live. Because if you are a really good trader, you are like a house catching on fire to a prop firm. But the prop firms, that's why I like Take Profit Trader, they will move you to the live account where they're still making money. But you're no longer, in fact, you are a pure asset to them at that point. You are no longer costing them money. You are just pure profit. I agree, but props do not make it easy. I hear what you're saying, but what I would say is you're saying, well, prop firms making money hard. And I would disagree. I'd say, no, trading is what makes making money hard. It's not the prop firms. Trading is hard. Regardless of what people tell you, trading is hard. That's why it's hard to make money. Is today a bank holiday? Should we do it? Do we gaslight them? To Rio? No, we don't want to gaslight Rio. No, yes, today is Memorial Day in the United States. Okay, we're approaching VWAP here. Maybe a trade. So in other words, like I said, insurance companies have been around for a long time. They're here to stay. They have the math figured out. And prop firms, I think some of them already, for the most part, do. But that they're always twisting and turning because at the end of the day, behind the scenes, it's an equation. It's a mathematical equation. That's like what insurance companies are, right? Insurance companies, it's pure statistics. That's also what a prop firm is. But prop firms are, they're still trying to fine tune things. So, but yes, I do think they're going to be around to stay. Closed 2 of my accounts because of a 10-second mistake. Well, I hear you, trader. I hear how that's frustrating. I hear how that's this, that, or the other. But I mean, yeah, I'm guessing you were copy trading, you counter positioned, which they say is a rule, which comes with a threat. So I get it. But like you decided to take on that risk of something like that potentially happened, and it happened, even if it was a mistake. You knew that if you made that sort of mistake, the consequences of that sort of mistake. You know what I mean? So I hear you, but at the same time, let me put it this way: you're not getting copy trading with your own funds. How does it make sense for them to pay you out thousands when it only cost? Because it's all happening in a simulated environment. When you lose, let's just say $3,000 in Cook an account, you didn't actually lose $3,000. Okay, maybe a trade here. That is also why the equivalent of a really good trader is like a house burning down to an insurance company, because now they got to pay, right? Which is why the key dynamic is, do they have a live program? No, they're insurance companies. Their main form of income is the house won't burn down. People are paying for fire protection, but odds suggest there's never going to be a fire. People are paying for these accounts, but odds suggest they're probably not going to get a payout because trading is hard. But the people that do start to get payouts, aka the houses that do catch on fire, well, they do have funds to pay that person to rebuild the house. They do have that funds to pay the trader real money. But like eventually, if houses keep burning down, or if that trader keeps making more and more money, in theory, they could bankrupt the firm, right? That's why prop firms, they better have some sort of thing to send you to the live market, which is what I like, because now they're at their other way of making money. They're making money off a good trader in the live markets. They're taking a small little piece of it, which is, again, is why I've always liked Take Profit Trader, because their business model in my mind is sustainable, because they do have a pathway to get you to the live markets where you are no longer costing the firm any money. All you're doing is bringing money to the firm with the 10% they take from the live markets. So I mean, it's essentially it's the same as far as I'm concerned. It's the same exact model. Did not really. Again, I'm waiting for confirmation, and I'm glad I am, because it came down here, basically no bounce at all from VWAP, so we're just bleeding now. Yeah, I don't know, Lance. I have no idea what their statistics look like, but they got them. So if you have a profitable algo, you could just run it on their system. Nope. They don't allow algo systems, or they don't allow bot trading, stuff like that. Poetic Sounds, 100 tick chart. Okay, so earlier, what was the person's name? Conduit, I think was the. Are you still here, Conduit? Conduit asked about how many accounts have I blown, and maybe kind of talk about that, because it could offer up maybe some motivation to others and himself. I don't know. I don't know if prop firms allow. I don't think any of them do. Okay, so here is how I look at prop firm trading. So let's just look at normal trading and normal responsible trading. Responsible trading, you're always going to be focused on risk management. And the most basic form of risk management is like a stop loss. Can I enter a short on NQ now? Well, I'm not sure. Can you? I'm not trying to be a wise guy, Amy, but do you have an account? Maybe asking, should you? I think what you mean is, should I enter a short on NQ right now? And I don't know, Amy, because I'm not going to act like I know your strategy better than you do. So the best I can do, because again, it would be very arrogant on my part, Amy, to think that I know more about your strategy than you do. So the best I can do is kind of throw the ball back in your court. Well, I don't know, Amy. Does your strategy say that you should go short right now? And I'm just going to let you handle your strategy, because there's no way. I don't even know if we've ever met before, Amy. So there's no way I know your strategy better than you do. Thank you, Arctic. But anyways, so part of responsible trading is using a stop loss, and having a stop loss is going to tell you, well, how much am I going to lose out of my account if I'm wrong on this trade? So for example, if you're getting 300 shares of a stock and you put a $1 stop loss on it, you now know that if you are wrong, it hits your stop. You now have $300 out of your pocket, right? Because you were wrong on that trade. $300 gone. So that is how I view prop firms, except each account itself is a trade, which means, okay, if I'm wrong on the trade, aka I blow up the account, how much is out of my pocket, right? And that's where, right here, so on the 50K, ultimately, this 50K account, I look at as a 50K trade. What is the stop loss on the account? The stop loss is, again, what's risk coming out of my pocket, $85. So $85 stop loss on this trade. So that's where if I blow up an account, to me, I just okay, that's a losing trade. And this may be an advantage for me, but coming from the world, given this is now going to be basically my 20th year trading, like the vast majority of my career has been with my own funds. So like to look and to go back to my example, okay, I got 300 shares of this stock or whatever. I'm going to risk $1 per share. So therefore, if I'm wrong, I'm out $300. So when I can look at a situation and be like, well, wait a second. On this quote unquote trade, if I'm wrong and blow up the account, which would require losing 2,000. So that's how you would technically blow up the account. But yet it only cost me $85. Dang. $85 stop loss? I'll take that. Like I said, you can go back and watch my live stream or my live trade videos over the years. I mean, I think there might be over 1,000 of them by now. But like, boom, I was wrong on that. Bummer. There's minus $500. It's like, at this point, the thought of just looking at and seeing $100 stop loss is like no big deal. So that's how I look at prop firms. So if you blow up, let's just say 5 accounts, it's like, okay, I look at that as, okay, you've had 5 losing trades. Like, and then you look at how much it actually costs you out of your wallet. It's like, dang, I come from the world where like if I was risking $300 per trade and I had 5 losing trades, I'm out $1,500. But like in this situation, if you're paying $85 and you blow up 5 accounts, aka you have 5 losing trades, 85 times 5, you're out $425. I can only speak for myself, but I like only being out from my wallet $425 compared to my hypothetical, which was, okay, if on each trade I'm risking $300 and I have 5 of them times 5, that's $1,500. So that is why I say ultimately prop firms are amazing for many reasons. The leverage they give you, the copy trading, all that sort of stuff. But the pinnacle is the risk management of how at the end of the day, your stop loss, aka the amount out of your pocket at risk, is so minimal. So hopefully that makes sense. So do you not trade your... No, it makes no sense to trade my own funds. It makes zero mathematical sense to trade my own funds. The ROIs you can create with prop firms are scam-like. Like tens of thousands of percents. Yeah, that is true, Danny. That's why I don't really like to give away accounts, because there's always the like, well, am I giving one away or... Yeah. Do you think you've cooked? I don't know about 50. But certainly more than 20. The take private trader deal ends tomorrow. So you think your profitability would decline if you began a copy trade? Yeah, maybe, Lance. I think so. I don't know. The thought of the copy trading, from my psychology as not a super risky person, it kind of freaks me out. Risk management is my last piece of work. Yes, exactly. Yeah. And you're not alone. Like, man, the final thing I'm going to work on is risk management. Although in hindsight, like Poetic just said, it should have been the first thing I worked on. Yeah, you're not alone. I'm confused, Meech. You never got filled at 9:45. Please don't tell me your 9:45 short entry is a trust me, bro. Hey, Azario. Yeah, happy Memorial Day to you, too. Yeah, Todd, and even that, it could be, yeah. To be fair, you're just saying an average. Yeah, because some very, very like sometimes I'll go on streaks, not a cooked one for a long time, and then other times I'll cook 4 in a day. I think that's my record. Right, Danny. Yeah. Again, there's a reason why I don't really do the giveaway stuff. Yeah, I know, Lance, but the question that you have to say is the reason why I'm so consistent. Perhaps that reason is I'm not I'm not creating freak out voices in my mind. And one of the ways I could see creating a freak out voice would be, you know, if you were able to like copy trade 40 accounts at once, more power to you. But I could see that creating some voices in my head which are not conducive to good decisions. Like I said, at the end of the day, that to me, that's what a prop firm is. A prop firm account is a trade. What is the stop loss associated with that trade? Whatever you spend on the account, because that's actually what's coming out of your pocket. Correct. The futures market closes at 1 p.m. today. I'm going to try a short here. Former area of support. We now have supports tend to act as resistance. We have the 21 EMA right here. If you were to look on the 5-minute, I'll bring that over real quick. On the 5-minute, we have the 200 SMA. So you have a bunch of things kind of lining up suggesting this could be a resistance. Does that guarantee it's a resistance? Nope. No, you can trade whenever the markets are open. Well, okay, let me take some. I always speak through Take Profit Trader because that's who I use, that's who I recommend, that's who I am familiar with. So as far as Take Profit Trader is concerned, yes, if the markets are open, you can trade. If you're not allowed to trade because there's a huge news release, they'll email you and let you know. Thanks, Sky Mountain. Was it bad on the 4th? Yeah. Poetic, what are you talking? I'm never sarcastic, you dirtbag. What are you talking? Sarcasm, what's that? But yes, I day traded stocks and options for the vast majority of my 20 years. Okay, here we go. Okay, I'm short. Out there for a little scalpy scalp. Clay, but with your own account, you can pay yourself every day. You can do that with Take Profit Trader too. Once you get to the payout phase, that's one of the great things. You can take payouts every single day. With way less risk. Which, again, my premise is risk management. I'm with you, Chris, on some of these prop firms. Again, sounds like this might be, Johnny. Sounds like we have some common ground here. Some of these prop firms, and again, for you, maybe you look at this and it's no big deal for you. That's fine. But yeah, the prop firms where you can only take payouts, every, 5 days or every, whatever the things are. It's like, that's not my preferred situation. I'll put it that way. But I get like, dude, chill out. Like, is it really that big of a deal? I don't mind if I have to wait, several days in between each payout. Cool. But like, Take Profit Trader has what you're suggesting, and my risk is way less. The ROIs are scam-like, right? So I guess, Johnny, that depends on what prop firm you're talking about. Maybe that carries a little bit of weight, but not with Take Profit Trader, it doesn't. I have not, Baked Leaf. Never gotten into any of that sort of stuff. Am I still short? Amy, no. If I was still in the trade, this number right here would be fluctuating. I guess I should still be short though, huh? Good grief. Look at that. Again, right off of that pink line. Doing, which again, I say to Johnny, what do you, like, the NQ doesn't respect levels. I don't know, man. You just saw me take that trade. It bounced right off of it. Now, granted, I'm in a scalp mood today, more so because of the holiday, but goodness. Yeah, so FIBO futures, I remember you watching trading, Roku, Netflix years ago. Yeah, I made the move a couple years ago now, FIBO. As crazy as that is to say. Hey, Top, thanks. Yeah, same to you. So the other thing with the prop firm is this: the ROI. When you look at the ROI calculation, it's all about this right here. What number do you have invested, right? Because the amount invested is technically your amount at risk. So if you throw in, $3,000, okay, that's fine, but that's technically $3,000 that could be gone just like that. But with the prop firm, if all you're doing is spending $85 on an account, and let's say you cook it, you cook 10 before you ever get a payout. So you have 85, but then you cook 10, so you have to buy one more. So let's, for account number 11, aka trade number 11 plus 85. So you're at 935, right? That's how much you have invested into this, 935. And then I don't know, let's just say you go and you get, I don't know, on that one account, you go and you get yourself $1,500 in payouts. So right there, you're looking at an ROI of 60.4%. And that is including first cooking 10 accounts. So 10 losing, because again, if we look at each account as a trade, so you have 10 losing trades. And then on trade number 11, you go on a run and you get yourself $1,500 in payouts. Well, that's still an ROI of 60.4. So think about it. What kind of win rate is that? Well, you were 10 for 11. You took, out of 11 trades, only one of them were a winner. So in other words, you had a 91% losing rate, aka a 9% win rate. And a 9% win rate still gave you a 60.4% ROI. I understand. Okay, now wait a second, Clay. This is all a scam. I don't know how it's a scam, but this math is not. What are you talking about? How can you have a 9% win rate, a 91% lose rate, yet still have an ROI of 60%? What kind of scammer is this? I get it. Pull up this site. Understand how prop firms work. Do the math. That is why, I'm sorry, but using my own funds, it doesn't make any mathematical sense. Why? It's crazy. It's crazy. And by the way, that $85 will be going away soon. So that's based on the deal right now at 50% off. So code Clay will give you the 50% off right now at Take Profit Trader. But I mean, there you go. That's the math is the math. Trump may be shorting. There's no way they will push it up. Okay, I mean, once more, I get it. People are like, oh man, look at this dump. This dump has been exactly from 995. This has been like an 80-point move down. Last week, we had 80-point candles, okay? So yes, this is a dump, but the term dump is very subjective. Like I said, for anybody around last week, there were definitely some 80-point candles. This entire move has been 80 points. What will 50K be? I would assume Zooks are going back to 40% off, so it'll be back to $102. So yeah, Megan Kelly, I would disagree that this has been some sort of dump. What kind of account? That's a 50K. Right here. For the $85. And I should note the per month is only during the test phase, which is why I always say aim to pass within 1 month. And given how fast futures move, 1 month is plenty of time. Plenty of time given how fast futures move. If you've never traded futures before, I understand it. Be like, man, I don't know, 1 month. Once you trade futures, be like, oh, I get it. I get it how it's possible to pass those things within a month. Yes, correct, Ty. Yeah, I was not pleased with how all that was handled. If you sign up with one account, try it out. How many trades before they ban the account? If I lost the trades. If you buy an account, it's not based on trades. It's based on, so for the 50K, if you lose 2,000, that's when they take the account. So that could be, maybe that's one trade, gone. Maybe it's 4,000 trades before you finally lose 2,000. But yeah, it's not based on amount of trades or anything like that. And you can always try again. There are unlimited try agains. Does your code at Take Profit also with? Yes, Johnny. Thank you for asking. Code Clay gives you the 50% off and 0 activation fee for the life of the account. Any talk on their next promo or their next promo? I have no. I mean, Take Profit Trader does a promo like every 6 months. I mean, I at this point, again, no inside knowledge. I would assume their next promo is like Black Friday. That is the one thing. I get it. And I'm saying it's, I don't know. The prop firms that they're running promotions every other week, if it works, it works. To me, that's always a little cheesy. But yeah, Take Profit Trader, like their promotions are actual genuine, because the last promotion before this one they did over the past couple weeks was back during their Black Friday deal. Yeah, Ty, but like, what annoys me about that is where I did not see that made clear anyways. Because until that, like, you were always grandfathered in. Fully agree, Ty. Like, that's what really kind of, and I plan on bringing that up on my next call. Like, you guys got to make that stuff way more clear. How much we made before we earned the money. I mean, it's, if you go to their site, all that stuff is there. But again, buddy, I think you're focused on the wrong things. Making money. Focus on the risk. Look at how your risk is being mitigated. Because in my example, like I said, you could have had, 10 blown accounts in a row. And then account number 11 made some money, and then boom, you're still at a 60% ROI after 10 blown accounts. Yes, I do have pro accounts. Yes. What happens if you do on 2 different prop firms, both using Tradeovate? Just wondering, Just wondering, because I'd like to try to hedge. I don't know. Tread carefully, City Vibes. End of day. Coins and cards. I don't really know right now. I don't know if I trust it enough to try another short there. I think I like more so a long down here with the idea maybe we're now forming some sort of sideways channel. Like, I don't know, maybe this is some sort of channel here. Well, Slow Morrow, he asked at 2 different prop firms. So his question more so is kind of reliant on, are the prop firms like working together to try to find this sort of stuff? I'm not, fish no effing way. Why is that an LOL? I don't get it. Clay should trade FOMC minutes with 1-0. Well, I mean, I would push back and replace the word trade with gamble, because that's all that is. Like, I want to buy right before the minutes are or right before the announcement. Like, okay, you're not trading at that point. That's just a gamble, right? Most movement during news. Right. Well, I mean, fish no effing way. What that means is you're not allowed to be in 1 minute before the news, during the news, and 1 minute after the news. That's it. So you're not allowed to trade for 3 whopping minutes. So, and if that rubs you the wrong way, I mean, let's just face it, you're not a trader. You're just a degenerate. You're upset that they're not going to let you put on a degenerate gamble. Because don't even act like you know what's going to, like you can accurately, in any way, shape, or form, trade that. Spy, no, oh yeah, sorry. I do not own Spy Legendary. But I mean, can you bring math to the table about how prop firms don't make sense? I'm a geek, so yes, I am passionate for math. Do you have something that refutes that prop firms are a great idea for day trading? Because right now, whether I'm the owner of the firm or not is irrelevant towards my point. My point is day trading futures through a prop firm makes the most mathematical sense. So do you have anything that refutes that claim? So I could have a trade open 4 hours before, but would have to close it 1 minute before news. Yeah. To keep it open but through news is a degenerate gambler. So yeah, if you want to be a degenerate, watch me commit this fallacy. I've been trading for 20 years. Therefore, what I'm saying is correct. Do you see the logical fallacy I just committed? Like, that's stupid. I don't care how long you've been trading. I've been teaching math for 30 years. 2 + 2 = 5. I think it's, hey, you shut your mouth. I've been teaching math for 40 years. The logical fallacies, the appeal to authority. What a joke. No, I agree with you. Prop firms is a way for a beginner. But man, you're pushing it with a spoon into their mouth. Right, Spy Legendary, because is it a good idea or not? Sounds like you think it's a good idea. So are prop firms a good idea? Spy Legendary, let's start with there. It's 100% the best idea to do. So yet you're like, dude, why are you pushing into the mouth with a spoon something that's 100% the best thing to do? Like, why are you giving me grief about that? Like, man, this guy's more passionate. Yeah, I'm passionate for your words, not mine. 100% the best idea to do. How's that bad? Sorry for being passionate about something that you just said is 100% the best thing to do. Sorry for being passionate about something like that. My bad. My bad. That's on me. That's on me. I've said this a million times and I'll say it a million more times. I am here, one of the reasons, because I truly believe it's a great idea. And I like, it's a good feeling when people come back and thank me for introducing them to this world. But am I a sweet little angel? And that's the only reason why I'm here. No, as I've said a million times, I'll say it a million one. There's also the business component. And I think I have a good gig. If I can give something that you just said is 100% the best idea, and then maybe get a little bit of a slice of the pie, how is that not like a good situation? Keep talking about it, but listen, Spy Legendary, you're about to get banned for this reason. What else do you want me to talk about on a holiday weekend, or I guess it's a holiday weekend, where the price is budging maybe 10 points, it's not doing anything right now, and people are asking about prop firms. What would you like me to talk about? Go ahead. I'm waiting. What would you like me to talk about? When people are asking about prop firms, the price is barely doing anything. What exactly would you like me to talk about? Go ahead. Yeah, exactly. People, I don't get it. Like, well, I get it now. Some of this is a little bit of overacting on my part because I've learned that, yeah, the world of live streaming attracts some interesting characters, but like think about it. This thing could go here and then boom, all the way up here. And that would be like a 20-point move. Again, 20 points is fine. Don't get me wrong, but like maybe starting tomorrow, 20-point moves might be happening like every 7 seconds. $50K is the buying power. $85 gets you $50K in buying power. What does $50K in buying power get you? It gets you up to, per trade, 6 NQ contracts, for example, or up to 60 MNQ contracts. But again, there are rules. They're going to force you to focus on risk management. So you're not allowed to lose 2,000 though. I'm not a fisher, so I don't know if the bass fishing is any good here or not. How much? Again, I would say at this point, just go to their website. It's all kind of explained there. But it's not about you have to make a certain, well, again, with Take Rob Trader, there's no consistency rule, so it's not like you have to make a certain amount per day. You just get up to certain levels, and once those levels are there, anything above them, you can get paid. You don't have to apologize. I'm just saying, you're kind of giving me grief for, oh, hey. Whoa. We just moved like 10 points. Woo, 10 points, boys. Oh, there we go. There. Oh, hey. Okay, we're cooking now. All right, let's calm down. You just made 2,000 off that move? What kind of size did you have? Holy smokes, you must have been loaded up. I'm in. Out. A little bit of a scalpy scalp there. Now up 260. The big bang second. Yeah, exactly, James. I'm not going to fall for that rage bait. Next question, or next comment. Yes, buddy. Yep. It isn't. Well, yeah. I mean, they'll have to create your account, but yeah, for lack of other terms, yes, you'll be able to trade very, very quickly. Yeah, I would say this was some again. To be fair though, so this candle went from 33. Yeah, I mean that's a 60-point candle. That is even on a more volatile day. That's a good size candle. Oil plummeting. Gold also going up. Yeah, with the way oil is dropping, I would assume some sort of news. I wouldn't call it anything huge though, because this isn't. Again, this is a big move, yes, but it's like 60 points. Like big market making moves. We're talking about like 100-point candles, multiple 100-point candles in just a few minutes. Senior source of the event, Iran is ready to remove highly. Yeah, oil, I mean, oil's dumping kind of. It's down like $1 per barrel. So yes, it is dumping, but relatively speaking, I mean, not that big of a move. Iran is ready. Okay, so yeah, all right, so that checks out. Good job, Shadow. Just lost all that profit. What are you doing? How? Is it okay? We need more details, Ignactra. Like, what was your size on that? No, I hear you. It is. It's a dump. Yes, it's a dump. But like, but again, it's relative. Is a 1% move actually a dump? Yes, in normal times when oil is not in the news at all, and if oil were to just make a 1% move in either direction, that'd be like, whoa. But like when oil has been in the news and it has made crazy moves, 1% is like, okay, like it's not a non-move, but like I don't know if I would say dump. Does that make sense? It could RSI, yeah. 5 what? You like, 5 minis? Oh yeah. On a day like today, Z Noctra, you're getting a little spicy. Okay, would it be more accurate to say you only realize 2,000 worth of capital? No, that's fair, Matt. That's why I always try to emphasize and not say a 50K account. I'm not perfect at it. I always try to say 50K buying power. Because that's what it is. It's buying power. It's not a 50K account in the sense of you can go lose 50K. But on the same token, at the end of the day, I'm also going to... I can't spoon feed literally every little thing. And they make it quite clear on their site of like what you can lose. So at some point, like I said, personal responsibility has got to enter into the equation at some point. So you're perfectly right, Matt. Do I explain that? Because if I explain it that way, then it's like, okay, now I got to explain. Like at some point, people just got to read for themselves, right? Because yes, I could say it that way. but now I have to explain it. Then I have to do more explanation the other way. That's why I just try to emphasize it's 50K of buying power. Wait a minute, Johnny. They're doing marketing? Oh my goodness. Shame on that. Wow. Johnny, for some reason, you've had a bad experience, I can tell. But your bitterness now is starting to make you look like a company is trying to market things and make things look good. Whoa. Whoa. Jalapeno peppers are hot. Again, Johnny, maybe tap the brakes. I'm trying to be very gracious towards you, but your bad experience with prop firms has now, you've been saying some really crazy things. Like, just come out and say it. I tried prop firms. I failed miserably. Therefore, I don't like prop firms. Like, that would be more respectable than you just, well, they do that because they're trying to make their marketing sound good. No. No. Bro, okay, yeah. So you got payouts at one point, then you can never get any more payouts again, which is why you're doing your personal account. Because again, anybody that understands math, as I've shown, like, why would you not generate insane ROIs if you're that good of a trader, right? Again, Johnny, people, there reaches a point where like you can just tell, right? When you're accusing a firm of doing marketing because it's good marketing, it's like, well, no kidding. Yeah, I don't disagree that you've gotten payouts. But if I were a betting man, what you mean by that is you lucked out, you got some payouts. You can never get back to getting payouts again because you don't really know how to trade. And now you're taking out your anger and blaming the prop firm when the problem is actually you. That is what my thing would be. Iron requires the transfer of highly... Gotcha. Yeah, that all checks out. So it's like, it's interesting news, but it's not quite like maybe like nail in the coffin news. Yeah, just like you can withdraw every day from a take profit trader account too. Again, you're just making these generalized statements. Yes, I agree. Some prop firms, if you want to be able to take payouts every day, there are prop firms for that. One of them being Take Profit Trader. So Johnny, to be fair to you, maybe you were not aware of that with Take Profit Trader. So it sounds like you're quite the baller trader. So come generate some insane ROIs with Take Profit Trader then. Like insane ROIs. That I guarantee you are not doing with your cash just because of the equations of it. I bet you make more money from affiliate trading take profit than you're trading. And let's say I do. Who cares? So Opes, I'm going to give a quick little business 101 to Opes 4960, who does not understand business at all. There is something called scaling. Scaling of what? Scaling of time. So Opes, you would complain about this. I bet this plumber makes more from selling his books on how to do plumbing than actually plumbing itself. Like, you would have a problem with that. Do you know why that's possible, though? Oops, because this plumber has scaled his time. Because guess what? In order for him to make money from plumbing, he has to literally be spending his time on plumbing. Whereas his book on how to plumb means he can be sleeping, he could be on vacation, he could be not plumbing, but because he's still helping people out by showing them how to plumb, he's still making money because he has scaled his time. Michael Jordan, He made more money selling shoes than he did playing basketball. Yes, because Michael Jordan scaled his time. He can make money sleeping while people buy his shoes. So Opes 4960, you now owe me 37 cents for that free business lesson. Doesn't it make sense why some people work until the day they die? Because they don't understand scaling their time at all. By the way, if you are buying dividend stocks, for example, if you are saving some of your income, you're putting them into a dividend stock or something, guess what? You are scaling your time. Now, Opes will come along and be like, you make more money from your dividend portfolio than you ever did working your job. Like Opes would throw that in your face like it's a bad thing. It'd be like, wait, what? Who cares that I make more money from my dividends at this point in my life compared to what I ever made working what are you even talking about? Well, I think it's worth more than never saw it this way. Well, okay, Opes, okay. You know what? I did not expect that from you. Usually people like you double down. But you just admitted, wait a second, I never realized that perspective. So Opes, shout out to you. You are by far a very rare exception to the rule. Most people, they start to do mental gymnastics or they name call and then they just leave. But you actually just admitted, wait a second, I've never seen it that way before. So hey, shout out to you. That is a rare skill set you just displayed. So I'm glad I could give you another perspective on that. Again, Johnny, nobody believes you. If you're such a baller, you'd still be using prop firms. And you could still get your daily payouts because that's what you're saying is important to you, and you'd be crushing ROIs. So just stop, Johnny. You started with a terrible argument about the NQ doesn't respect levels. I try to be nice, but now you've just spun off the rails. Just stop. Just stop. The markets that are open today is a futures market, and that closes at 1 p.m. Eastern. In fact, Johnny, I've had enough of this guy. I've been gracious. We'll put him in timeout. We'll give him... Never seen the guy's name. Shows up with a hot take. A terrible hot take. See, that's the thing is like, some of you are like, man, why are you so rough on these people? Well, because with Johnny, I try to be extra gracious. But then you see what happens with Johnny. He continues to unravel. And like just more and more nonsense. I put him in timeout. I now have struggle. Today I was like, you know what? This week I was like, maybe I can try to do my best to be even more gracious to people. Try to truly understand what they're saying. And I did that with Johnny and I got nowhere. We got to him just continuing to say stupid stuff. He gave a problem, I gave him a solution, and then he continues to double down in some other way. It's just like, okay. But then we have Opes. We have the Opes of the world. Opes 4960. Who have that good skill set of being able to actually admit, oh, dang, I never even saw it that way before. Okay, that's a fair point. One hour is looking nasty. That's true. Yeah. He did start off saying NQ wasn't real trading. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, hit that like button. Hit that like button. I agree. If we can get up to 300 likes, that'd be fantastic. Johnny, sorry, Johnny. We've had some doozies. What are some other people that it's like, oh, poor insert blank. Today it was Johnny. What are some other names? I've already forgotten them. So Johnny, to you, Johnny 2807, the storm will pass. We'll forget Johnny. But we've had some names that are like, Bobas, I deleted your message because I don't like other codes in here. But yes, Code Clay gives you the same exact thing as that code that you brought up. Same exact deal. No, not Dingaling. What is, yeah, see, so it'll pass. We've had some other, what are some other names that were like, oh man. Darcy. If anybody shows up with Darcy, that's one that has not passed. Darcy. No, there was like some normal names though. That like, oh man, I'm sorry if your name is this. Start talking about market analysis and I'll like your video. What do you want me to analyze right now, you dent? How about you start learning to think for yourself? How's that? Johnny, I have no interest in engaging with you. After what you displayed last week, that was such Bush League nonsense. I know you do not come at any of this with any sort of actual genuine intentions. Yeah, 50% code Clay goes until tomorrow at midnight. Yes, they changed that last week. And it was well publicized, 618. There were several emails that were saying this is the last time for $100 resets. Wait, what did I do? Yeah, yeah, exactly. Thank you for proving my point. Now you're acting like you don't know what you did. Yes, exactly. Proves my point. Moving on. Good job, Meech. Himalayan market structure. No, that's not today because the Himalayan markets are closed, I think. This is all Ethiopian market structure, actually. So, just typical as happens a lot. News came out, markets like freaking out, and then they start to digest, read the news. You're like, okay, maybe, okay. So I'm guessing oil has come back up. Not all the way back up, but yeah, oil is kind of chilled out. I blew 2 pros on that surge up. Well, sorry to hear that, Johnny. That's never fun. You don't need the news. This is the best news source. This all happened first, and then Twitter stuff started to show up. Then the chart itself is the best news source because the chart tells you the most important things about news. News has three aspects to it. The chart tells you 2 of the 3, and these 2 things are what matters most. So, Zenoctra, just keep watching the chart. Right? A chart will tell you that there is news. A chart will tell you what the market thinks about the news. The thing it doesn't tell you is what the news actually is. But from a practicality standpoint, that's just for curiosity. Like what the news actually is, who really cares? From a trader standpoint, we just need to know that there is news and then what the market thinks about the news. Any thoughts on when you wait on confirmation versus simply entering your position? Yeah, it's more so, what are other time frames looking like? Can I get general like alignments on other time frames? Like if there's a bunch of like moving averages for multiple time frames at a single level, then yeah, I'd probably be willing to throw something out there. If maybe there's not as much, then I'd be more apt to probably wait for a form of confirmation. Is there anything important to look out for 26? I'm not sure what you mean by 20. 26 is what? Clay, you doing a Murph today? What's a Murph? So I guess maybe, given I don't know what a Murph is, maybe I'm doing a Murph today. I don't think I am, but maybe I am doing a Murph. I just call it something different. This is a new scam. Hello, this is Sharon Phillips from Amazon's remote recruitment team. We recently reviewed your profile and believe you could be a strong fit from one of our remote opportunities. In this role, you would assist Amazon merchants with updating product information. Earnings range from $100 to $600 per day. I'm going to go ahead and click on that report spam. There we go. I haven't seen that one. Hey, thank you, Urmana. Very kind of you. Why is this bearish? Why is what bearish? Did you get the same text yesterday? Well, I guess, Tim, we're both highly sought after. Hey, there you go. See, the one guy's complaining about me talking about prop firms. We got somebody else thanking me for the talk on prop firms. You see how you can never win? There's always a critic. Will you still live stream? You trying to get a job? I don't know. After that, I think this might be the last stream. I'm going to go work for Amazon. Clay, did I see your comment? I don't know. I saw one of your comments. You asked something about Murph. I said, I don't know what a Murph is. I'm waiting for cycle too short. I'm not sure what you mean by that, but whatever happens, let us know when you're getting short, and then give us a stop loss. Then we'll know what you mean. But you're waiting for a cycle. Dun, dun, dun. I don't know. Do I still want to be staying on NQ right now? I don't know. I guess we'll stay on it. I might short it already. I meant, is there anything to look out? To look out on the 20. I meant after May since. I meant on the 26th of May. Well, technically speaking, because futures are futures, the market does open back up today at 6 p.m. Eastern. Why aren't many traders live today? Because we are currently under attack by aliens, and that is why the markets are so slow today. Right, chat? We are under attack by aliens, and that most people are out shopping, getting toilet paper. Am I right, chat? Give me a 1 if you've also seen the aliens on the news. Give me a 1, because I bet Mr. Dunk thinks I'm joking right now. Give me a 1. See? See? Okay, Mr. Dunk, I know we probably fooled you. The reason is it's Memorial Day. It is, yes, it is Memorial Day here in the United States. We had to at least gaslight somebody. We knew somebody was going to show up, have no idea. So we conspired. Okay, I'm going to say something crazy, and we all just got to go with it. And we know we fooled you. We know you're on the phone right now with your wife. Hey, baby cakes, we're being invaded by aliens. I need you to get home now. But before you do, swing by Walmart and get me some TP for my bunghole and then get home. I know we were that good. I know you were that convinced that you called and told your wife that. But call your wife back and be like, we don't need any toilet paper. You can stay. It was just a joke. Okay, now this comes back. What was that last holiday where I was pretending like I was talking to the president? What was that? What holiday was that? Oh, wait. We're going to have another one of these too, right? Because isn't the market closed on Juneteenth? Because Juneteenth's a thing now, right? Toilet paper. Yeah, so we're actually going to have another one of these not that far off. I think, right? Isn't market, I forget about Juneteenth, but it's like new thing, right? Is market closed for Juneteenth? Goodness, summer's, yes, U.S. stocks and bonds are, okay. I think futures will still be open on, so when is that? That's 19th. Okay, so the 19th will actually, that's going to be, we're going to do a lot of gaslighting on that one. Because Juneteenth, I think a lot of people aren't really tracking that, so they're going to have no idea. They're gonna have no idea why the markets are so slow. So we're gonna have to get some good conspiracies riled up, and we'll gaslight on that day. Yes, early close today, 1 p.m. Eastern. So yeah, June 19th is the next one. Okay, then we get a little bit of a break, right? We get a little bit of a break after July 4th, and then I think the next one is what, Labor Day? And then after Labor Day is what, Thanksgiving, and then Christmas, and then New Year's. All right, there we go, Kel Dog. Always love it. Always respect that about Kel Dog. Always gives the 3 numbers. No, I don't think the markets do anything for Halloween. I guess I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure there's nothing market-wise for Halloween. No, Columbus. When is Columbus Day? Oh, wait, are we even allowed to call it that anymore? I can't remember. Oh, okay, good call. Good call. Yeah, that's October 12th. NQ is not safe. Well, I mean, again, and Noctra. This is where, and I'm not trying to pick on you, but here's a good example of why context matters. I agree. When you're slinging around 5 NQs, is probably not the safest thing. But to just say NQ in general is not safe is sort of a misrepresentation. Because, I mean, I'm doing NQ, but I've been doing it with 1 NQ all day, given the context of the day itself. You have been doing NQ with 5. So I understand why you think NQ is not safe when you've been doing 5 NQs. But, like, you can't just make it sound like NQ in general is unsafe. You know what I mean? Now, I mean in the context of what I'm doing. Okay, now that makes more sense. Now, had you said that in the same message, fair enough. That I like that because you provided full context in the same message. I like 5 NQ. Then go for 10. Then go for 5 NQ. Another fun day and profitable day. All right, Trader Bob, congrats. Have a good rest of your. That's what's so weird. Like today, yes, the market closes early at 1 p.m., but it opens right back up at 6. Like futures are kind of weird in that way. My average size is 10 MNQ. Cool. All right, maybe a long here down at VWAP. On a slow day, people say Clay still managed to make 260 more. Scalper can make money any day. Yeah. I don't. If you're a sway trader, and for those of you, and I define sway trader, if you don't mind holding a position for hours on end, maybe a sway trader would struggle on a day like today. But yeah, if you're a scalper, I mean, there's still gains out there to be made. Yeah, kind of is. Baseball, yeah. Assuming you go deep into the playoffs. Friendly reminder though, the markets do close at 1 p.m. So this is not universal, but it's worth checking with your prop firm. Just be sure you're out of the market by 1 p.m. If you're with a prop firm, if that prop firm, if you're like in a position past the close and they say you violated a rule for holding overnight, just be aware, don't lose any accounts because you violated that rule. So markets close at 1 p.m. Eastern. For you, if this is your first venture into prop firms, I would say you're a beginner prop firm trader. And my argument for that is take profit trader. So this is kind of my quick thoughts on that. Given you're in the category of beginner, I just say take profit trader. Due to their very clean set of rules, Yes, Lucid is fine, but I would still throw them over in this experience category. So after you turn yourself from beginner to experience and want to build an empire, trade 30 accounts and spread it across, then yeah. But yeah, just to keep things simple here, if you're a beginner per you are, I would say take Profit Trader. So that is my quick thoughts on kind of the prop firm landscape there. I recommend take Profit Trader. But there you go, Rub. Okay, we are at the VWAP. Okay, I'm not looking to get into a debate. Thank you, Goldie. I appreciate that. But the premise that I am operating this live stream on is this. My goal with this live stream is to make people aware of day trading futures through a prop firm. So as soon as I get them to the point where I convince them with the math of how it actually does make the most sense, what I don't want to happen is this, where then they get all turned off and change their mind because now they have 18 different prop firms to choose from. And in here, if like, well, no, this, it's just like, no. To keep it easy, take Profit Trader. That is my thought. Everybody is more than willing to disagree and say, no, I think for a beginner prop firm trader, XYZ is best. That's fine. But I don't want that in the chat because that's going to overwhelm the person. With now they're like, well, I got 18 different reasons on who the best for the beginners. Nah, forget it. No. Take Profit Trader. Again, Goldie, holy smokes. Either listen to what I'm saying or I don't know what to tell you. Just keep it simple. Again, I have a code for trade day. Fine. But again, put yourself in my shoes. What I'm trying to accomplish. I don't want to overwhelm the beginner. So just take Profit Trader. That's it. Is the delayed choppy price due to the low volume? Yeah. There's not a lot of volume out today, so I suppose in theory it could be the platform's problem, but I would more so err on the side of it's just the market itself. Hey, Bald Eagle. How's it going? Congrats on the new building, by the way. I saw that. That's awesome, man. How far is that from your current building? Thank you, brother. Oh, cool. Very cool. Yeah, that's great, man. I was going to drop you a text, but now I can just say it in voice to you right here. So I'm still thinking of potentially a long here. Nice hammer candle at the VWAP. But this is all one of these things where, I mean, especially on low volume day, it can just open up so rough. And these are the tricky situations. So if you think about it, what would you rather get caught in? For me, I'd rather have the action being very crazy and I go into it expecting something very crazy and then I get caught and like everything just slows down. Because everything just slows down. It's like, okay, well, yeah, I guess I'm not going to make nearly as much as I thought I was going to potentially make. But on the flip side, at least I'm not going to really lose that much because everything just slowed down. But like this situation is like super slow. And if you were to get in now and then all of a sudden it goes to super fast, that's not always the ideal environment where you are expecting super slow and now you're caught in the move over all of a sudden to super fast. Does that make sense? Like that's what makes days like today risky is very, very slow and then all like this right here. Very, very slow, boom. But if it was already going boom and then it just went to this all of a sudden, yeah, that's annoying, but it's not like you just got cooked because it went from super fast all of a sudden slow. I've never seen NASDAQ on a crazy day. Wait, Z Noctra. Okay. I'm very confused by you. What do you mean you've never seen so is this your first time ever trading NASDAQ? Like how have you never seen it on a crazy day? Like on a normal day. Let's even say it. I mean, it's been very crazy. I mean, there have been crazy, like last week was filled with crazy days. I guess it really depends on what position you're in. Yeah, to an extent, Matt. But even if you're in a small position, like that's like wrong end of the spectrum where you're expecting slow and then boom. This is your first week. Okay. Well, I think you're already starting to learn this based on your comment about 5NQ being unsafe. But yeah, if this is your first week of trading ever, 5NQ probably a bit aggressive. I cannot say for sure, but odds suggest that within your first week of trading 5NQ trades, on the aggressive side, on the some may say not smart side of things. Hey, dork. All right, maybe a long here. You know, I am green. I want to keep it that way. So let's just hop over here to the MNQs. Okay, I couldn't even get a full. Okay, I got 2 of my 5. That isn't even worth just still going with 2. Again, because it is slow. So it's like, okay, you almost want. I guess I could potentially add some back in here. Or just not add back in, just build the size that I wanted. Okay, there we go. Now I'm at 4. Originally I wanted 5. So looking for a bounce here off of VWAP. Put a couple of targets out there. See if we can get this bounce. Oh, yes. That would play a role in it for sure. Yeah, if you're long and it all of a sudden goes crazy in your favor, yeah, or goes fast in your favor. I don't think anybody would really complain about that. Okay. Yeah, let's make sure this is a winning trade. So my stop is now in green territory. Let's just see if this bounce wants to continue on up. So my risk right now is small green, reward unknown. I'll give this thing some room to cook. Why not? Why not? I'm fine. There we go. So it could still be a red trade. It'll just be less of a red trade since I've reduced position size and put some gains into my pocket. Careful, you have 3 cells. Yes, that is accurate because I have a position of 3 right now. Last week I was so lucky I caught every. Well, dang, so you crushed it right now. I can't get anything right with NQ. Well, you know what? Go have a hamburger, a hot dog, or something, Blackout. The markets will be here waiting for you at 6 p.m. Eastern tonight, or you can just wait till tomorrow. Wow, PA is so slow today. I know, Bart, because it's an alien attack. You didn't know we're getting attacked by aliens? Oh, okay. He already knows that it's a holiday. Never mind, Bart. Sorry, we're going to try to gaslight you. You already know that it's a holiday. Go for a little bit more on that next target up there. If we get close to that area, in fact, let's do this. Just to kind of visually show you what I'm looking at. In my mind, I'm like, okay, if we get up to that yellow line, close to my target, I'm moving my stop to slightly green. Because that should have plenty of wiggle room at that point. So if the price can get up to that yellow line, that is my cue of when I'm moving my stop to a little bit above break even. But until then, I ain't touching it, brother. I'm going to give this VWAP a chance to do what VWAPs do. Market closes is in an hour and 10 minutes. Hour and 10 minutes. I don't have any attention span to trade today. Well then, hopefully you are not trading, brother. I just got my winning day and logged off. All right, Bart. Well, congrats on the winning day, brother. Unless the wheels really fall off the bus, I should be fine. I should close green on the day. As NQ provided some good stuff, but right now just seeing... It's over here on the 5 minute. Just trying to see if this view... I like it. Spinning top, hammer candle. So no guarantees, but I mean, come on. I don't think I'm crazy to think we could see some sort of bounce here off of this area based on the candles that have formed. Again, no guarantees, but I don't think I'm cray-cray. I know that I'm good looking. I don't know if I'm cray-cray, though. You're a little bit late, Jamie. Gotcha. Again, if the price gets up to that yellow line, that is my cue to get my stop loss up to slightly in the green. Because I'm just not willing to have the price get all the way up here and then to have it roll all the way back over and then take me out for a losing trade. Nah. Homie, don't play that. What do you mean by cray-cray? You don't know what I mean by cray-cray? Dude, that's cray-cray. You don't know what cray-cray is. Come on. I don't know. The way I look at it right now, that seems like it's close enough to get my... But I want to get, like I said, plenty of room. Yes, that cray-cray is a way to say crazy. Or at least I thought it was. Hey, good to hear that, Stovall. Glad you're learning something. You trolling you? Maybe. I don't know. Like, I just, a couple months ago, finally, like, learned what spilling the tea. Like, 2 months ago, if you had said, oh, man, she or he is spilling all kinds of tea, I'd be like, oh, do they need a towel? Let me help out. Do they need some paper towels? That's what I would have said 2 months ago if somebody said, man, they are over there spilling the tea. But now I know what that means. In fact, some of you here right now, maybe of the older folk generation, would be like, if somebody's spilling tea, what I'm saying is, would you like me to go get a towel? Are you kidding me? Are you seriously going to come all the way down and stop me out? It did get close, but you... What stupid... Whatever. So dumb. Goodness. So stupid. In hindsight, it just looks... I'm pretty sure I think slippage ate my lunch on that too. Which goes back to our whole... Oh, a hard stop saves you. Yeah. I learned about spilling the tea from reality TV. Yeah, I haven't watched reality TV in a while. If this thing now goes straight back up, that I might wave the white flag and just be like, all right, I'm done with this nonsense. Well, there go. Sorry to hear that, blackout. Yeah, that is just, I don't know. In hindsight, it's like, why didn't I just move my stop up to break even when it was like right there? Easy to say in hindsight. I'm long. Stop. 9:15. Okay, right below those lows. Yep, you are right, coach. Because had the price come up here, or had the price come down here stopped me out, and then went, I'd be sitting here saying, doggone it, I had that yellow line and never hit that yellow line. I should have never moved it up. No, that's not true, RSI. I'll let NQs cook. Yellow line, well, which one? This one is just the line that I drew. So I can get that out of here now. Dotted yellow line here is VWAP. Right, yeah, but, right, RSI, but that's where the context, because of the calendar context, aka because today is a holiday, the action's not real strong, it's kind of squirrely. Just caught that snap down. Good job. Yeah, this thing better not go straight back up. I might lose my mind. Bum, bum, bum. I'm only playing one MNQ today because of, yeah, I'm not gonna fault you there. That 5 minute is looking primed for reversal. Yeah, like I said, I agreed. I mean, the 5 minute was looking really good until that solid red candle showed up. We had the spinning top, we had the hammer, and then that candle shot down and took me out at least. See if it holds 932. Oh, is there resistance there? Yeah, you better get rid of that one, Mr. McLeese. Agreed. Did it take? Yeah, that was a nasty move. Yeah, Philly, one MNQ on a day like today is more so just kind of like hitting off a tee, right? Like baseball player, you're just working on some fundamentals. Just working on fundamentals. Hey Clay Long, I'm not anything right now. Thank you, Deadeye. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you, sir. Holy crap! The overnight low is all the way down there. Okay, yeah, okay. I don't see us revisiting that. Famous last words. Dude, who remembers the true story? I'm telling you, the market is wild. Remember when the price was right here and I'm like, okay, that looks like a free 7 points because surely it'll go up and at least hit 30,000. We're 7 points away from 30,000. So why would we not go up there and at least just test it? That looks like a good free 7 points. However, to my credit, I was like, but holy smokes, the market has a weird way of making people think that there's like gimmies and then crushing dreams. And it went from a free 7 points to, yeah, not to very costly. So if you're here for that, man, the market is a wild place. Because seriously, like, we were 7 points away from big old 30,000. 7 points away. And it's like, nope, not doing it. Crazy. Again, I'm not even, anybody that got cooked because they used that logic, I'm not going to fault them at all. Like, I see the logic. Like, why would you not go 7 more points to 30,000? Good job, Cam. I'm glad you listened to your loins. I thought, yeah, I get, like, especially people that are watching and, you know, okay, we're getting closer and closer and closer. Why would it not go 7 more points? Crazy. Yeah. You mean smart money just kept putting them all in the offer? I'm going to let all these people using this logic buy from me. That was smart. To be fair, some people can't count to 10. That is true. Can you sing that atrocious song again? I've never sung an atrocious song in my life, so I have no idea what you're talking about. The only songs I sing are pure beauty because I'm singing them. So they cannot be anything other than pure beauty because they're coming from my vocal cords. Thank you, Slow Morrow. No, just say volume each. That's all it is. It's volume. Okay, I'm going to look for a double bottom down there. Down here. Let's see if it can poke down there. Yeah, I think the market just needs for it to not be a holiday. I think at the end of the day, I think that is ultimately the cure. That is a magic pill. Just don't be a holiday. Well, tried for the long down there. It just did not drop down low enough. Clay only sings Disney. No. That's not true. I only sing those songs if the market's in a Disney mood. Whoa! Okay, we got oil making a move. I mean, nothing huge, but it's approaching a couple key levels. We have the 200 SMA and the VWAP. So I don't know, maybe a short up around 91.50. Maybe kind of sorta. I closed my oil longs. I was long off 90.50. Yeah, but aren't you just scalping anyways? What Disney movie is listen to your... No, I think, isn't that just the classic one though? Like I've heard some morons. Like if you want to say you're a moron without telling me you're a moron, I've heard some people claim that the actual lyrics say "listen to your heart." Like what? No. Why would you think it says "listen to your heart"? It's clearly "listen to your loins." Listen to your loins when they're calling to you, right? So again, if you ever come across anybody in life and they try to tell you that the lyric is "listen to your heart," you know right then and there that person they got some wires crossed. Can I trade gold using Take Profit Trader? Yes, you can. All right. In fact, right now, oil is right at that area. There it is. Is it even going to care about 91.50? Yeah. So so this is weird. Oil pushing up, market's just not even caring. So we're looking at a big green candle in oil, and here MNQ just going, what's the ES doing? Is ES maybe caring a little bit more? Nope. What about gold? No, not really. Huh. So as at this time, zero correlation, it seems. Like I kind of sort of want to get long here because I'm thinking oil might get rejected where it's at right now, which would then send this up. But given that there's no correlation, I guess that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Yeah, oil's still just going up. This just going sideways. Yeah, if you were to tell, if you were to show me this chart when that oil, had the big green, and you're to say, okay, Clay, now we're going to look at NQ. What do you think NQ is looking like? I would not have said, oh, NQ is going to be going sideways. I would have been saying, oh, NQ must be dropping. Still correlated at key levels. What would a key level be, Matt? We're going to get a bazooka candle close to close. I'd agree with that. How do you define close to close? I would say for me, that is within the last 10 minutes. That would be my definition of close to close is last 10 minutes. What's your definition of close to close, or Kel? Oil up, NQ down. Oil down, NQ up. But that's not what's going on right now. I mean, that's kind of my point. Look at oil right now. Oil acting very, very strongly. This just going sideways. If anything, it's also trying to go up here a little bit. So I don't know. Yes, last 10 minutes. Okay. Yeah, I'll throw that question out to anybody. What is your definition of, I think we're going to get a big move close to the close. Okay, well, what is that time frame? I say 10 minutes. Keldog, okay, for him, 5 minutes. Last 15 minutes, fair enough. Oil letting loose? Yeah, a little bit. Again, this is all very subjective. Yeah, that was a big green candle on oil, but if you actually look at it, it's like a 60-cent move. All right, I'm going to try a long here. If it wants to come down right there. Oil looking like it wants to drop, which I still think could help. Hey, Top 40, you never joined the private community, dude. What's up with that? I've been waiting for you to show up. You're like, man, I'm joining. Cool. Then when I checked, I'm like, he never joined. No, what am I doing? No. I'm still a little irritated about the last trade. Hard stop at break even. No, where'd you go on vacation at? Okay, yeah. So even now, oil is coming down, but market's not really. I don't know. Do I try short here now? Back into maybe like a target down here. Maybe. Cool. I want to see your kids. From where? If you don't mind sharing. From where did you go to Minneapolis? Was it like a plane trip or just a drive? Okay, trying to short here. Okay, I'm short. Just in case there's some sort of spike down. I don't necessarily think there will be a spike, but if there is, I want to be ready for it. So I'm just trying to go with this trend right now. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Hopefully we get some down here. Come on, hit that first target at least. Kind of want to get my stop in at least break-even territory. Okay, I am. Stop is at break-even. Come on, at least hit that first target. You got... I lost money on that too. Because wasn't I down 50 here and now I'm down 53? Even though I had my stat, see, that was like little miniatures. That was slippage that got me there. Cool. Yeah, I've been to Mall America once. Quite the experience. It was awesome. Kids loved it. Very cool. Sounds well good. I'm glad you had a good time. Arctic Book. I don't know how I. I've had those days where it's just like I'm green. I'm not quite sure how I'm green on the day or on that trade, but somehow I'm green. If it hits 9:30, I'm out with some profits. Here comes 970. Oh, I don't know about that. 970 is a ways away. Maybe. 970 is all the way up there. That's now on a normal day, like, okay, that's 40 points away. You get up there in like a single candle. But, man, on a day like today, that would require quite a bit. Yeah, Matt, man, the futures market opened actually normal time last night at 6 p.m. And then Eastern, that is. And then we'll close today at 1 p.m. Eastern. That's true. Trump, yeah. Assuming no Trump, but that's true. If there's a Trump, then anything is possible. That's small red. I looked back. The wick, MNQ. Gotcha. Well, I'm glad I stopped out, to be fair. But what a cruel little thing. So close to my first target, and now this. Now I'm just getting irritated. Now I'm about to just get long. Like, is this momentum? Is this some true momentum, or am I about to get suckered in for a... Yeah, I hear ya. Don't FOMO, but a FOMO, let's say I like FOMO here and then it dumps. It's like, okay, that's 10 points. Not the end of the world, but holding to New York highs. Okay, do you have a stop? Boy. I may regret this one. Good. Glad to hear that, top 40. Try descending triangle from the wick of the green candle. I think you got stopped out of bound. Yeah. I could have scalped this out for a gain, but I thought for sure my first target was going to get hit. But I was wrong. And then it... So the one thing I'm wondering, though, is on the 5-minute, we are right at the 21 EMA, so I could see this being maybe some sort of short-sided trade here. But okay, good. So you're at break even. Good. So you do have a stop. You do have a stop. Your stop is at break even. So that's a good spot to be in, where you can say this is either a break even trade or I'm getting the high of the days. And I'm sure you'll move your stop up as it goes in your favor more. It makes sense to get short here at the 21 EMA, but I'm almost wondering if the thing that makes sense is the thing to not do, given that it's kind of just goofy today, or at least definitely this afternoon. Me trading, by the way, this is completely like for the sake of the live stream. I've talked about that quite a bit last week about how I'm always trying to balance the three dynamics of this is fun with this is business versus responsible trading. So is this the most responsible trade thing to do? Yeah. But is it fun? Is it good for maybe the business in the sense of making the live stream entertaining? Putting a trade on? Probably, yeah. D-Gen trading. Yeah, I mean, look at me, D-Gen trading with 5 MNQs. Hey, Mickey. Hey, Mickey, you're so fine. You're so fine. You blow my mind. Hey, Mickey. Hey, Mickey, you're so dented. You're so dented. Change your mind. Hey, Mickey. What a dent. Holy smokes. Oh, my. D-Gen. So here we have Mickey. And then Mickey's brother will probably show up and be like, what kind of trader only uses 5 MNQs? Loser. That's what I mean. You can never win. Like you literally, as this applies to everything in life. So if you want to start a business, if you want to do anything, just realize that somebody will always be able to nitpick you no matter what you do. Even if you do 5 MNQs with very slow movement, somebody will still be like, you're a degenerate with 5 MNQs on a very slow day. So you know what? At the end of the day, if you're starting a business, if you want to do anything, just go. Just go. I'm not saying to ignore what people say, but just understand there will always be an angle in which somebody can critique what you're doing. We just witnessed that here with Mickey. Did I think that would be on the bingo cards today? With a y-axis right here of 5, me at 5 MNQs, and then somebody calling me a degenerate. I did not have that on the bingo card today. Great. Wow. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, per that logic, yeah, I guess half of us are degenerates. Hey, random hero. I mean, don't do it to be funny, but like, I don't think anybody would be shocked if like 10 minutes from now, somebody shows up and is just like, dude, you are a terrible trader. Like, how can somebody like you who's been trading for like, why are you only doing 5 MNQs? I'm just waiting for that. It closes at 1 p.m. Eastern. It's all right, random hero. Everybody makes a mistake every now and then. Well, I guess it made pretty good sense to get short at the 21 EMA. Thanks, Meech. I took my one trade today. Good job. Maybe a long down around here, but again, I don't want to just force anything for the sake of forcing it. Again, I'm conflicting between the business sense right now and the fun sense versus responsible trading. Those are clashing right now. I am trying to counterbalance that with only being 5 MNQs. I was going to say, Random Hero, I was going to ask, where have you been? Haven't seen you for a while, but now that makes more sense. Yeah, we are getting another lower shadow. So I'm trying to get long. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Maybe if it wants to come down there one more time. We also have this general bounce area here. But that's where I'm going to put my stop, is down there. So looking for a bouncy bounce, but first I got to get filled. Beautiful. I want to see this come down right away, though. If this goes green and then comes back down, I'm no longer interested in this plan. So I don't... Okay. If it hits VWAP, I'm canceling this trade plan. Got something, right? What is that? I don't know. Gotta stop. My wife would be furious. Stop picking at that thing on your face. I don't know what it is. It's driving me nuts. Is it a zit or what? You weren't picking at that during the live stream, were you? Yeah, maybe I was picking at it a little bit. Oh. Again, trying for a long at the green line. Stop is the red to give a little bit more context. There we go. You know, I think at this point, I think I like this a little bit more. So let's give myself a little bit more room below those lows. But then just move my entry right there. There we go. I like that. I like that. Clay, thoughts on SpaceX IPO? I think that's just gonna. I think people are gonna get destroyed. I can see that being a big pump and dump, just like IPO day, right? It starts off really big. Maybe not the same day, but pretty soon after, I can see it. So I don't know, let's call it within like a week. I think there will be a pretty big dump. Big money, like, okay, I'll take some gains. But ultimately, I don't really care. I have not put a whole lot of brain power into it, though. I'm just looking at, like, I'm just a man looking at the 2-minute time frame and the 5-minute. So I really don't care too much about those macro type things. Come on, trying to get long at that green line, brother. Really got to go pee. Really got to go pee, but I'm really trying to get long. Oh, and crack my back. You know what is addicting? Is watching, like, somehow, I got a short that showed up on my YouTube of, like, somebody getting their, like, body cracked. Oh, my goodness. To just hear somebody else, like, you can almost, oh. Hey, Bren. Anybody else ever watch any of those cracking things on YouTube? Like the chiropractor? Don't you have a bottle at your desk for that? Yeah, but I also have a bathroom that's like 10 yards that way. The toilet paper is for those unexpected things, right? I do agree with, I can't remember who it was, who said that they're looking for probably some spiky spike action. They defined it as final 5 minutes, but the last 10 minutes of the day, yeah, I'm gonna be on my I'm gonna be on pins and needles. Okay, I can't hold this anymore. Whew. Okay, I'll leave my order out there though, since I do have a stop. So Bathroom break. Back in a second. Okay, there we go. Wait, did this come? No, that was already there, right? So I don't know if anybody saw it, but I saw Babylon B. I don't know. A few days ago, I forget what it was. I'm paraphrasing, but basically, research shows that dads spend like 93% of their life turning off lights that were left on. And yeah, it just reminded me. I walked past my sunroom. He has a fan on, his overhead lights on, and then the closet lights on. I'm like, Trip, we've had this discussion, my friend. So, hey, do we have any parents here? My oldest kid is 14. So, seeking advice. Does anybody have any tricks of how to remind your kids to turn off lights? It is not normal. The market will close at 1 p.m. We should probably get back to it. I used to charge the kids a quarter, but I don't know. Maybe I should try that again because they have more of a sense of like the value of money now. So maybe I should try that one again. But no. Okay, fair. Without like technology, without a motion sensor, like does anybody have any tricks like how that you literally got them to remember to do it? None were a problem with girls. Take away a tablet or phone. Again, but it does matter because in life, if you're told to do a task and you continually forget this task, you're not. There's many life applications where this is not a good not a good trait. So it's not necessarily about the 3 cents that it costs. It's more so about, hey, you've been told to monitor this situation, and you are not monitoring the situation. That's not good. Oh, slamming doors. Duh! I don't know. Like I said, that's still something where I don't know if anybody had any. That's a little bit ahead of me in parenting. Had any sort of tricks or what have you. There is no cure. Yeah. Maybe it's just part of being a kid. Make them do something they don't. Yeah. You think 14 is tough? Wait till they're 17. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Get the belt out. Get over here. Call them out at the dinner table for leaving lights on in the form of a lighthearted joke. Yeah, I mean, so the thing that we always do is like, so I have 6 kids. And I bring that up because it's like there's always one that like will drop their silverware and it lands on the glass plate and everybody else kind of jumps or just something like that. So, I mean, what I always do is like whenever that happens, I'm like, oh man, today was the dinner where I was going to give everybody, $5 if nobody had dropped it. And they're like, and then, but they're getting smart now where they're like, they figure out that I now only say that when somebody drops something. It seems like they drop something at least, and they do. If you're to sit down for dinner with my family, again, with 6 kids, the oldest being 14, odds are somebody's going to drop silverware at some point, or somebody's going to make some sort of commotion because it lands glass plate or something like that. So, that's what I like to. That's what I like to do. It's like, oh, today was that day because I know that. But that one's running. They're connecting the dots that I only happen to say that whenever it happens. Like in hindsight, I'm hindsight dealing them. But they know like, hey, we got to work on lights. Hey, we got to work on lights. Age range is 14 down to 2.5. Yes, I remember. A lot of people tell me to enjoy them. So I do. People here and then just even in my quote-unquote real life say these years go by very fast, so just enjoy them. So I'd be a liar if I said every single day it's easy to enjoy them. Some days it's just like, what are you thinking? But overall, I'm trying to take advantage of the years where they look at me as like a superhero. And it always warms my heart, especially with my 14-year-old. Hey, Dad, do you think this is a good deal? I'm like, good. Because I'm more of the like, believe it or not, I'm more of like the dollars and cents guy. Like, wait a second. We need to look at price per ounce here. If you can buy in bulk, buy in bulk. Let's look at price per ounce. I have 3 siblings. When we were young, it was chaotic. Well, I mean, here's what would blow my mind. Like, if you have triplets, for example, especially if it's triplets as like your first set of kids, like you're just thrown into it and they're all the same age, but it's not as crazy as what it appears because again, we have a 14-year-old who's responsible. So like my wife and I, for example, just because this is we could go over to the house to check out the progress of the house, or if we have to meet up with the plumber or the whatever, and like we can now leave them with our older girls. Now, if they were all the same age, and it's like, well, crap, we either have to bring them with us, and that's going to be a little bit more, or we got to find like childcare somehow. So I mean, it's not. But yeah, if like you have like 6 kids all at once, so I don't even know that would be called sextuplets or whatever. If you have that, that'd be wild. Oh yeah, GSC. So you like Costco. Clay, how'd you get so attractive? It's one of those things that it just happens. But that is the most accurate thing I've heard all day on the live stream. Because the implication is that I'm attractive. So that is the most factual implication we've had. Okay, you stupid trade. Just, why can't you come down here and film me? Oh, no. Rebel, stop acting like I'm not attractive. Just stop. Stop acting like you don't want to come over here and touch one of those. Just stop. Clay, you only have one bicep? That's how anatomy works? False. My biceps have biceps. And those biceps have biceps. That's how muscular and how much testosterone is flowing over here, okay? So calm down. Yeah, I'm going to make sure they don't squander them either, Johnny. Listen, this is how manly I am. My whiskers need to shave too. Not only do I need to shave my whiskers need to shave their whiskers. Who's need to trade their whiskers, okay? That's how much testosterone is flowing on this side of the screen. I know some of you soy boys like Jim. I don't know if Jimbo's still here. He's sipping on his glass of soy milk right now. I know he doesn't understand. All right, where are we at? Market closes in 24 minutes. Why is this man talking about testosterone? He should be trading. He should be talking about the market. What do you want me to talk about? I'm trying to trade. I have my orders down here. What do you want from me? What do you want from me? This is a trading live stream. Why is this person... What do you want me to... Tell me what I should talk about right now. It's literally just chopping here. I'm trying to trade. I have my orders down here. Just tell me what you want. It's all natural, baby. That's right. Chuck Norris votes are going to be Clay votes now. Yes. It's crazy. I know there's some... I'm just waiting for it. Can we talk about trading? Like that one dent. I'll give you a like if you give me some market analysis. Okay, buddy. Market analysis. It's a holiday. The thing's barely moving. There's barely any volume. Therefore, what do you talk about in these situations? Duh, you talk about testosterone. It's quite simple. The answer to what am I supposed to talk about right now? The answer is, Clay, you're already talking about what you're supposed to talk about right now. Testosterone. That is the answer. I see. Yeah, Maddie, that was clever. I see what you did there. Oh, yeah. Who was the Who Cares guy? That dude got roasted. Man. Did he ever come back? I forgot about that. Oh, my goodness. That was crazy. That was, yeah. I was telling such a good story then, too. Nah, fam, we different. I can't. Did he survive or did he get banned? I don't remember how that guy went. I didn't take a trade, hoping to actually pass his time. All right. Well, I'm gonna cancel that one out. All right, that's good patience, Maddie. That's good patience. No shame there. Well, we're now potentially making a move up. I was trying to get long, but it never came down to where I wanted to get long at. I want to go over to the property. I don't think the guys said they're only working a half day today, but still want to get over to the property. See the updates. I think they're actually starting to put some windows in today. I don't know. Maybe we'll do some hot dogs on the grill. What about you? What are all your guys' plans on this Memorial Day? Market closes in 20 minutes. What are you guys off to? The purple line is the 50 SMA. 50 SMA. Yeah, the kids aren't huge fans of bratwurst. I don't know why. NBA, so he's going to game. Hot dogs are the fire pit. Nice. Oh, salmon fish. I mean, I'm not a fisherman, but I like salmon. What is Murph? Oh, is that the CrossFit thing? Taking a 5-hour nap, okay. Makes sense, so you can wake up and be ready to go at the next market open. Taking kiddos to an indoor park. Like a jump park? Okay. I was like, where have I heard? It was either like a Murphy bed or Murph. I was like, maybe it's a CrossFit thing. I do have to do push-ups today, though. So I'll probably do that afterwards. The family is gone right now. So maybe I'll get my push-ups out of the way. Monday is always push-up day. 30% win rate on my revenge trades. Okay. I mean, I don't know. Is that good? Is that enough to have you be profitable? Cool, Kelly Dog. Yeah, I like that a lot. Yeah, what am I at right now? Today I will be at 135, and these are like legit push-ups. All the way down, all the way up, arms locked out. Nice and controlled. So the goal today will be 130, and I do as many as I can, and then I get a 1-minute break. So yeah, today the goal, did I say one? Today the goal will be 135. Last Monday I got 130. I can rep push-ups. So 3. No, I cannot do 50 in a row. Nope. If I was doing like kind of like quick ones, sure, but like when you go all the way down and then all the way up and lock it out and then controlled all the way down. Yeah, no, I can definitely not do 50 a set. Maybe someday though, brother. Right now I'm at like 25. I can do 25 in a row like that. Probably like 28, but I stop at 25. No, I don't like CrossFit. It's cool movements, but man, I don't want to sound like this, but I'm telling you, your body does change at 40. Like something gets weird, and like I could see CrossFit just being without being on drugs. If you're on steroids like testosterone, yeah, maybe it's not as sketchy, but man, CrossFit at my age, that's kind of sketchy. Am I about to get long here? We are approaching where we could see some. Where are your hands positioned? No, just about. No, they're not wide push-ups. They're also not diamond push-ups. They're normal, standard. Do I think it's going to push up through the 50? That is. All right, I'm going for it. Okay, I'm in. In long. Let's see if we can get some more momentum upwards. Or if I just bought it basically a double top. I'm thinking it can push up through here. But if you're like, no, Clay, I'm short here because I think this is a double top, I'm not going to call you crazy. But I'm looking for a breakout and some momentum. Volume is definitely lacking here, though, so I'm potentially going to hop out just because where's the volume at down here? It is getting jiggy. Well, if you're somebody looking to play the double top, looking like you chose wisely, I chose poorly, but we are definitely getting some spice there. Getting some spice. Push up there, brother. Come on. Go. Go. It did break through that high right there. And just basically no... It could still get follow through, but where my crosshair is right now, which is the high right there, man, I thought, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, brother. Get up there, brother. All right. Stop is in green territory now. So this, well, I don't, slippage could very easily get me. So I don't even know if this will be a green trade. Even though my stop is above my entry, with slippage on this, it could still be a red trade. Come on, at least hit that first target this time. Come on. Hello? And I cried freedom. This is so stupid. It'll probably stop me out with slippage for a loss and then come up here and do this. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Okay, there we go. There's my next target up there. Next target right there. Let's see. Dude, am I going to really get this target? That'd be a thing of beauty. This is the clay face target right here. Clay face target right here, a thing of beauty. Come on, hit that clay face target. Not sure on that, Johnny. Did I just get... Whatever. I don't even care. Stupid. TPT closed you out? What do you mean they closed you out? Yeah. Oh, I know it'll count on Take Private Trader, but I'm not sure on Alpha. All right, well, I mean, it worked out. Market closed in 12 minutes. So I think within the next... In 2 minutes, the final 10 minutes, I could see us getting a little jiggy. Good, comrade. I'm glad you're enjoying. Please just use code CLAY. That's the best way to help support it, brother. Code CLAY, all caps. Oil is slipping. Ooh, Doxol. Yeah, oil is coming down quite a bit. Maybe a double bottom here in oil. Now, if oil does not double bottom and pushes down through, that could be nice. It's got to be, if I'm going to get jiggy with anything, it's got to be natural. I don't know, Brad. I think so, but I guess we could put that to the test. I wonder how that works. Like if I'm going to put it to the test actually, Brad. I'll go with 1 and we'll see what happens. Good morning. Well, good morning, Jason. Just so you know, the market, if you're just showing up right now, brother, you got 11 minutes to trade. You got 11 minutes, so I would start degenning quickly, brother. Kaboom. You know it's a slow day when a kaboom is considered, I don't know, like a 15-point move. Kaboom! Man, how much did it go? 15 points? Oh, boy. You know it's a holiday when a kaboom equals a 15-point move. Hey, Carity. Oh, okay. So you've already traded, Jason. The way you showed up and said good morning, I thought you were just like, hey, man, I'm just getting clocked in. I've been long since 9:26. Nice job. All right, last 10 minutes. This is where things could definitely get a little bit spicy. Can we go long for 10 minutes? Well, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. That would depend on your prop firm. Right. You know it's a slow day when kaboom is considered 23 points. Good job, though. Oh, wow. Oil now down through that double bottom point. Very good. Very good. Gas prices around here in Iowa keep dropping. Now, I think yesterday I saw it at $3.79. The highest it hit, I cannot remember now. The highest it hit was either $4.43 or $4.29. I can't remember the peak here in Iowa. But as of now, yesterday I saw it at $3.79. So gas prices are coming down, which is great. That's a tax price for everybody. Ooh, look right off there. Wow, oil continuing to drop. Go, baby, go. More money in our wallets. And I am also a Chevron shareholder. I'm a ExxonMobil shareholder. So yeah, but still, I'll take lower price at the pump compared to, a slightly more, gain in my profile or my portfolio. Hercules. I just revealed my age with that. Some of you will get it though. In central Illinois, and gas is well, that's because you live in Illinois. I mean, let's just call it, if you live in Illinois, you basically live in Chicago, since Chicago owns the entire state, unfortunately, because I know there's a lot of, yeah. Kind of like Michigan. If you live in Michigan, you technically, and this is coming from somebody that is from Michigan, or that has lived in Michigan since 2010 until a couple years ago. It's like whatever Detroit says, yeah, that's what goes. There you go, Nutty Professor. What is the longest it took? Close to a month on my first ever 150K I passed was close to a month. I don't remember what it was, but never more than a month though. $4.79 in Colorado. Dang. Okay, market closes in 8 minutes. Futures market will start back up at its normal time, 6 p.m. Eastern tonight. $5.89. No, it's definitely not your heart. $5.89 Cali. Dang. How are we beating Bolivar, Missouri? I've never heard of Bolivar, Missouri. Just paid $3.57 in Texas. That would make sense given it's Texas. Yeah, still though, way expensive. Like I vividly remember paying like $2.25 not that long ago. Oh, hey, somebody had a shot. That's what I mean. Last 10 minutes, things can get a little bit spicy. Granted, this move here, that move there was like 15 points, but still, all things considered. All things considered. I do want to try and experiment, though. But I don't want it to drop too much. All right, I want to see if Take Profit Trader is going to close me here. All right, so let me just... Can I get long here, please? Okay. So let's see if Take Profit Trader will automatically close this position here in the next minute. Please don't dump. Don't dump. All right, we got 15 seconds. Let's see if they will close it out for me. Ooh, yeah. Go green and then close it out for me. All right. Will it automatically close? Somebody was asking and I'm curious. Okay, here we go. Let's see if they close it. Oh, it did. They did. All right, Take Profit Trader. Shout out. Okay. Now I wonder, can I put another order in? Or am I just now blocked for the rest of the day? Let's see. Nope, can't even order trade. Okay. Take Profit Trader, the way it works officially now is I can't even trade anymore because they automatically close orders 5 minutes before the close, and now they will not let me trade. Well, again, this is something new to Take Profit Trader within the past couple of weeks. This is a pink line, and this pink line is a 200 SMA. So there we go. Apex does that 1 minute before close. All right. Because and now the reason for anybody that's like, well, why does it even matter? Because previously, Take Profit Trader, they said one of the rule violations is you can't hold overnight, aka you can't hold between sessions. So if you're holding going into a session, that was a rule break because now you're trying to hold and basically turn it into a swing trade. And they said, no, you can't swing trade. If you try to swing trade, rule violation, your account is gone. So that's one of those things where like if you forgot about an order and then it got filled and then you went into it, you could come back like a blown account because well, I didn't mean to, I wasn't trying to, well, it doesn't, your motivation doesn't matter. The fact is the software saw that you just attempted a swing trade. But now they implemented where that's no longer a thing because as we just witnessed, they will flat out just close your position. So position close and now just to make sure, let me try to buy again. Yeah, order rejected. I can't even try. Yeah, so Connor, as of now with Take Profit Trader, that is not even possible. That happened to me on 5 Pro. Oh, yeah. Ooh. But as we just witnessed it right there. Now, if you are with a prop firm, be careful. I don't know if other prop firms still have that rule. So the market closes in less than 3 minutes. So if you are with a prop firm, don't lose an account because you forget. Yeah, I agree, Abel. That was a good. I think that was put in for the better. We'll give them a try, Haunted Doll. Code Clay, brother. Now, the one downside, because again, there are always trade-offs. The trade-off here is what happens if there's like, if this thing is banging and booming. Like, I literally, you would not be able to take advantage of it. So there's always give and take, right? Thomas Sowell, my favorite economist. There are no solutions. There are only trade-offs. So the trade-off here, yes, you're not going to get cooked because you forget about an order or anything like that. However, if there was like a sweet move going on right now, can't take advantage of it. So there's always trade-offs in life, folks. There are no solutions. There are only trade-offs. So that would be the trade-off right now. Well, Clay, you shouldn't even be trading within the last 5 minutes. Yeah, I'm not going to push back too much about that. I'm just saying that if 5 minutes in the world of futures can be a long time. So if there's amazing action and it's happening within the last 5 minutes and you only need to be in a trade for 13 seconds out of 5 minutes, not that much. But with the new implementation, you would not be able to do it. Have you done prop evals live to show your skill? Yes, Jason. Yes. But I mean, with all actuality, even if I was just trading pro accounts, then the implication would be, well, I have the skills to pass a eval because I have a pro account. If that makes sense, Jason. So like right now, not that I'm not saying that I would have taken advantage of this, but I'm just saying if somebody had the thesis of, dang, I really like this bull flag. I think it's going to break out right before the close. So maybe they got in here. Well, that they're, you would technically not be able to take advantage of that. So give and take, give and take. Give and take. Oh, wow. Oh, boy. Look at oil. I love to see it. Oil getting punched in the face, heading into the close here. Get out. If you're with a prop firm and you definitely are not allowed, you have less than 1 minute. You better get out. The market closes in 10 seconds. 10 seconds. 10 seconds. Get out. 4, 3. I get it. It's delayed, so it's already too late by the time you hear this. There it is. Market. Is oil still moving or am I dented? Am I dented? Why oil is still, wait. Okay, this is not, wait, so oil is open beyond? So is oil not affected today by the holiday? Okay, other people see oil still going? I thought that oil is NYMX. So that means, so that's separate. Okay, this is beyond. Really? So the degenerate, like if people are like, no, I have to keep trading. You can trade oil. Interesting. I did not know that. So is gold still open? What's gold doing? Gold's done. No. Gold's still moving, right? Yeah, sometimes the oil market does close though. Like I'm pretty sure oil does not move on, let's call it Christmas, for example. But I suppose I'm open. Am I not understand? Is oil actually still tradable even during like Christmas, for example? Okay, so even if you wanted to, take profit traders not letting people anyways. Yeah, gold was moving for me still. Interesting. Well, hey, if you enjoyed the stream, if you want to help support the stream, keep it going. Code Clay, all caps, is the best way to help support the stream, help keep it ad-free. Reminder, take Profit Trader, which is who I use, I recommend. I think they're the king of the business. Their flash sale is still going, but it ends tomorrow. The flash sale being 50% off and 0 activation fee, and Code Clay will get you that. So it is a genuine, good, rare deal. Usually the normal deal is 40% off, no activation, but right now it is 50%. And that extra 10%, it adds up over time, especially when it's locked into that account throughout the life of the account. So like I said, if you want to help support the stream, keep it ad-free, and save yourself some money at the same time. So it's a win-win for, across multiple angles. Then Code Clay, all caps, got to be all caps because it is case sensitive. We'll help you out and give you that, save yourself some money. Same with all these other prop firms though. So like I said, if you're empire building, if you're using multiple prop firms because you're trading multiple accounts and you enjoy the stream, you want to help support it, like I said, Code Clay, all caps, any of these prop firms is how that can happen. So I'm going to go ahead and call it good, given the market is closed now. I hope everybody has a great rest of your Memorial Day. Hit that like button on the way out. And if you are not yet a subscriber, make sure you subscribe, turn on notifications. I'll be back tomorrow at the very latest, 11 a.m. Eastern. So back to normal times tomorrow. But with the holiday today, made a bit of an exception. So thank you, everybody, for being here. As always, I appreciate it. See everybody back tomorrow. Have a great rest of your Memorial Day. Take care, everybody.